Hey everyone, it's James, host and lead producer of the Weekly DADCast, streamed live at twitch.tv/weeklydadcast. Find more DADCast episodes alongside with DADCast After Dark on iTunes or go to weeklydadcast.podbean.com. If you have a question for us, email us at officialdadcast@gmail.com or hit us up on Twitter at officialdadcast. For our stream archives and other DADCast content, go to YouTube and search DADCast. Links to all of this and more in the description below. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly DADcast. I'm your host, James, and we got all the warriors today. We got Claude, Skylar, and George here with us today, and we have some lovely fan questions for you. First fan question starts off today. So, why does Skylar's audio keep cutting out? The answer is Skylar is constantly having to struggle. He's a bitch, and he's constantly having to struggle with the little girls he's like got chained under his bed, and they keep like kind of sneaking out, and he keeps having like stomp on them, and that just
I don't really think that causes audio distortion.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? It might. You don't know. You're not an audio scientist.
I'm not sure loli-stomping would cause my audio to cut out, like as if the wire was being touched.
Can you prove that that's not the case? Could you stomp a lolly for us right now?
I'm sorry, I don't have any left on hand.
Hey, yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you, Anonymous, for sending in your question. We also have some other questions before I continue with those real quick.
That was uncalled for.
Yeah, well, maybe get your audio fixed, bitch. If you'd like to send in your fan questions.
I'm not an audio scientist, so I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, I thought I was the only one who really made notice that he called it that.
That's why I called it that. If you'd like to send in your fan questions, feel free to email us at officialdadcast@gmail.com or tweet us at officialdadcast. We have some other fan questions here. We've got one from Kyler. I recently rewatched all the JoJo OPs after falling in love with the new one. What is your favorite JoJo OP? Mine's a toss-up between Part 2's Bloody Stream and Part 5's Fighting Gold.
Fucking Chase will forever be the best, but Fighting Gold's really fucking strong as well.
For me, I need Fighting Gold to sit in after a while. It's too soon, so without me counting that, it's either Chase or Stand Proud, but I'm going to say Stand Proud.
Wow. I'm surprised I'm the only person who's going to say Great Days. And my other one is Sonochi no Kyoku from Part 3.
Okay. Wow.
Great Days is the best, though. Well, that's my favorite one.
I'm kind of genuinely surprised.
Are we going by like just the opening, like as far as animation, or are we going by like the song itself?
Both the songs.
I'd say both.
I thought he meant both. Yeah.
Yeah, both. Okay. And for me, Fighting Gold is just a good amount of visual flair, subtle references, and just the song is banging to me.
Okay. I think the catchiest song is probably Bloody Stream. But
yes.
Great Days is like, I don't know, the song is fantastic, and fucking the visuals they get me going, and then when you get the Kira Bites the Dust version, and it's like, yeah, man.
Wait, so was every OP, we all had something different. The only ones that weren't named were Sonochi no Sadame and Crazy Noise in Bizarre Town.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. They're all really good. It's like,
was Stand Proud mentioned? I don't think it was.
Yeah, I mentioned Stand Proud. I love that OP.
Okay, yeah, Stand Proud's pretty good.
Now here's a question: what's the best EP?
You mean ED?
ED.
The answer is Roundabout. Why would you even ask?
I will agree with
Jodeci, nigga. Nah, fuck that Jodeci.
Jodeci, you fucking Mark. Get out of here.
Nah, fuck you. That's childhood.
I guess Roundabout is also a childhood pick for me too. I actually watched JoJo because someone told me Roundabout was the ED, and I was like, what?
Roundabout is a very strong second, though.
I also really like
Part 4's ED was also good.
Yeah, man, that was good too. Fucking Savage Garden, good shit.
I like Last Train Home.
I think that one's my least favorite because I just kind of thought the visuals were more boring. Like I liked Walk Like an Egyptian a lot.
It makes sense though.
It does make sense. That is very true.
Freaking you will always be best.
No.
I can't
I
believe.
feel like that was
they
the worst
chose-
when it comes to visuals too, because it's the most
Yeah.
like.
Oh well,
it's
yeah, the
nothing.
visuals, yeah, I mean, I like it. It's good.
It's like a more nothing version of Last Train Home for as far as his visuals go.
Yeah.
Because at least in Last Train Home, there's art. There's enough.
Yeah.
Listen, I like my characters sliding across the screen motionless. Why do you think I like Berserk 2016?
I was about to say, is that why you like Berserk 2016?
Yup.
Yikes.
He makes a good point. He makes a good point. Thank you, Kyler, for sending in your question. Very much appreciated. And with that, we'll just move straight on into weeks. Who wants to go first?
George hasn't been here for a
I'll
while.
go first.
Yeah, George,
Yeah.
you've been gone. You've been on the upside down, preying on small children. How you been?
Shut your lame ass up.
Tell us about Gumfeel.
Fucking
Damn.
pretty much
Callback.
this week.
Joe
I don't
Short's
even
not
know
gonna
what
get to
Gumfeel
he'll
is.
listen to the podcast.
I told him already. I told on. I all snitched.
I was there. It was funny.
Okay, well, anyway, while I was away, I was doing a thing called, working, that thing that I go into and I haven't had to call out of, James, right?
I haven't
But,
called out work yet.
You got sent home once because you were a
did.
thirsty boy.
Big thirst, dude. Big thirst.
Thirst.
Big
Yeah,
thirst
but
for big boys.
James not understanding that sugary drinks dehydrate you over here.
At least
Skylar
sugary
wouldn't
drinks don't
understand,
kill me,
though.
Skylar.
What was it he said? He thought it was salty, and you're like, bitch, it's sweet tea.
it's in the
He thought-
fucking
he
name.
thought it was only salty.
No,
drinks
I
dehydrated.
thought only salty drinks dehydrated. But Skylar would know the
Pretty
best.
much, Skylar can't take a sweet drink. He's too much of a bitch. His immune
Oh, yeah.
system is already
My-
gone.
What happened?
My-
Like, like, what happened to you?
He's bitch
I
made.
mean, when my sugar gets too high when it spikes, I actually get like lightheaded. Like I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack and I'm gonna die.
Right, but your
Oh.
feet swell up like the Incredible Hulk.
No, they do not. When I'm
Okay.
low sugar, I get the sweats and I start shaking, like I'm gonna die. Also,
I've had that once in my life. That shit sucks.
It's
Yeah.
comparable to when he goes like 8 days without touching a little girl. He just starts sweating.
So yeah, for my week, pretty much what I did was
okay.
fucking just work and I finished a comic I started called The Boys. I read it originally when I was like much younger, which was a horrible idea because it's a fucking horrible comic book full of horrible people, but it has
What's
a
it-
pretty strong ending.
What's the premise?
The premise is superheroes exist, but they're all super garbage. Like parodies of all your favorite superheroes are there. Like the X-Men, my favorite parody is the X-Men because it's like the dude who is the head of the X-Men is like a regular guy. He has no powers, but he's
Mhm.
super good at sales. And that's why like his
Aw.
team, it's called the G-Men. So like his team has like 30 different like iterations just like the real X-Men. And the thing is, he's a huge child molester. So like
Oh.
he literally is fucking all these children, and that's why he has so many teams. And he's starting them out as young as like 5, and they're like, "Oh no, it's fine. They're all orphans." And it's like, no, he just kidnaps them and then pays off the families and experiments on them to give them powers. It's
The
great.
boys.
That's
The
rough.
Boys.
It's your
Yeah.
boy.
And my
Bless you.
second favorite team is the 7, which is like an analog for of course the fucking Justice League, and like they're the complete inverse of the heroes you know and love. Like
Batman killed his
the-
parents.
the Batman is Superman
Oh,
pretty much, but
But he killed
like,
his parents though.
actually yes, but that goes into the story. But pretty much like the Homelander, who is this analog for Superman, is the complete
Oh,
inverse.
wait.
Instead of being like full of hope and love, he's just a psychopath. He literally pulls a James / Skylar and fucking molests a baby in half. He just fucks
Oh.
a baby in half.
What?
Whoa.
That's a bit much just for me, even for me, man.
Yeah, I mean,
There's literally a portion because like there's like a superhero team called Believe, which is supposed to be like the Christian, like
Hmm.
My
the
favorite
thing.
Christian
They're doing
heroes.
the thing.
Jesus Christ.
And there's like, oh man, like if you win a raffle, you get to go for dinner and you get a new car and you get to have dinner with Homelander. And the family like, oh yeah, we won. And the Homelander's like, all right, guys, off we go to dinner. And he like picks up the car and like flies into the sky and he's like, there's no man in the sky. There's only me. And then he just drops them and they all die.
For why?
Because he's a psychopath. He's a complete psychopath.
Who wrote this?
It was fucking Garth Ennis, man. The sick fuck.
Oh, shit.
Well, that kind of explains things, I guess.
Yeah,
Garth Ennis is a horrible person. I love his
But
shit.
he writes good stories.
He does. But like,
What was that one guy
even
who
the
was like
hero.
basically evil Batman, like an all white? Do you remember his name?
Are you talking about Sinister? That's not Garth Ennis, or not Sinister, but I know who you're talking about. That's not Garth Ennis. That's Frank Miller, or not Frank Miller. Mark Miller. Mark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's Mark Miller.
Yeah, but yeah, I highly recommend The Boys if you want to see all your favorite heroes be played
Get
as like
molested.
You want to
horrible
see a
people.
baby molested in half?
If you want to see all your favorite heroes get
man.
molested,
Man, there's so much rape. There's so much. It's so horrible, man.
Why did
And,
you
like,
read
the
this as a
heroes-
kid? How did you read this as
everyone
a kid?
get molested up in here.
Fucking Barnes and Nobles, man. Barnes and Nobles.
Oh damn.
But yeah, like it's a deep, engaging read. And if you think, oh man, at least the heroes of the book are better, it's like no, they're all horrible people too. Fucking one of them literally just murders people for fun, and the other one's just a crazy Frenchman. There's only like one person that's actually good, but like he I'm not gonna spoil anymore. It's a good read. Pick it up. The Boys by Garth
The
Ennis.
Boys.
Who did the
but
art
that
for
was-
it, by the way? I should ask.
Wait, what?
So who did the art in it?
It varies because like I forgot who does the art. Yeah, there's a couple artists because like sometimes it's really good and then other times it's bad. That's my one complaint about The Boys. It's the art's not the greatest. But yeah, there's also a bulldog that has gigantic balls that fucks everything. There's that.
Jesus Christ.
It's a read. There's a scene where there's a dude who they call Monkey literally because he got his ears molested by 2 AIDS monkeys. And
What?
fucking he has a fetish for people in wheelchairs, and there's like this Olympian
Oh no.
who attends a dinner and he literally locks her in a room and is like, I can't use my dick anymore because the main character kept kicking me there, but it's okay, I have this. And he pulls out a dildo. But it's man, it's craziness. I highly recommend it if you like
we gotta move on. Holy shit.
and it's getting a show on Amazon next year.
That
so,
show's
yeah.
not gonna be anywhere near that level.
It probably won't, but still, you never know. But yeah, okay.
Skylar, how was your week?
My week
Well, he didn't say he was done. He might have had more.
No, that was pretty much it.
How much he loves molestation.
Yeah?
Anyway.
Diddler Supreme?
Anyway, my week was fine. I didn't really do that much. I lied. That's a complete lie. I had an exam on Tuesday, but that's why I did some studying. But then after that, I actually watched a thing. I watched Netflix Castlevania. I don't know if anyone else has gone around to watch season 2 for that yet.
Not
No,
yet.
I've been
But
busy.
I finished it on Halloween, so that's really good. I actually say it's pretty good, not really good. It's like it's got some problems, I think. They're like weird problems too. Like I don't know. There's this issue I have with as part of the plot is that Dracula has like a war council of super vampires. They're gonna help him destroy the world, which in and of itself is kind of a dumb idea, but it's whatever because it gives him like some internal conflict with his villains and shit. And the plot they do with Dracula as a result of them is kind of interesting as well. But what's weird is that only one of the members of the War Council have a voice actor, and no one else talks.
Tell me it's Frankenstein.
No, it's not Frankenstein. It is a Viking played by Peter Stormare. So he's actually great because it's Peter Stormare. But the issue is that because no one else can talk, and he is like a Viking type, like, barbarian character, and no one else is allowed to speak. He should be the foil for someone who's like smart on the War Council, so we can call them in a fuddy-duddy and they can be like, you're an idiot. Instead, everyone else doesn't have a voice, so they just kind of go along with him. So he makes everyone else in the War Council seem retarded because he's retarded, and they aren't allowed to speak. um, but other than that, it's pretty good. It has some cool action sequences. It kind of fixes the one major issue that I had with the first season, which is that there's no.
It's short.
Well, there was that, but there was no Castlevania music in the first season at all, and there is one Castlevania song in this season. So they did it. They acknowledged my complaint, and the pick is good, and the scene it in is good. Other than that, you know, it's cool. Dracula is a fantastic character. The new characters that were added that have voices are great.
Which song did they use? I mean, it was Bloody Tears.
It was Bloody Tears, yes.
Yes!
Yeah. So I guess that is the one that they would use, right? Like they wouldn't use like Vampire Killer because that's why would they do that? But yeah, the new characters are really good. I especially liked Isaac a lot. I don't actually know if Isaac is from a thing or not. I know Hector is from a thing, but Isaac, I don't know nothing about Isaac. But he was really good. And yeah. So also fucking those Korean animators, they got working on it.
Yeah,
They're doing good work.
Same people who do OKKO.
Well, that's the American animation studio. I don't know if the Koreans also do that.
Oh.
Show. Anyway, something I forgot to mention last week that I also watched was I watched Netflix Haunting of House Hill. I don't know if anyone in here watched that either.
I don't have Netflix. That's something else I've heard was very good.
Yeah. So that's really good. It's like I think it's one dude's like pet project. I think I remember correctly. Every episode is directed by the same guy. There's 10 episodes, I think, which is pretty impressive. And that's a really cool show because it's kind of like we're gonna make a horror series, but it's not gonna be like you know, oh, we're in a haunted house, spooky ghosts are afoot. It's like we were in a horror movie 30 years ago when we were children, and now we're adults.
The consequences.
and we have to live through our trauma created by living through a horror movie. And it does that really well.
Like Halloween?
Yeah, kind of like the new Halloween. Yeah.
Okay.
And it does it really well. So like every episode is centers around a new. Every episode is about a certain member of the family. So it kind of goes through their past and why they are the way they are, what their experience was in the house when they were there, and how like the trauma they have manifested itself basically in the present. And it's really well done. It's shot very well. There's an episode later in the series that is comprised of 3 extremely long takes. And they're obviously fake, like they're obviously like, you know, they're edited because they go, well, it's like a thing where it's an effect where the effect is it's a long take, but it's a thing where they like transition it into areas. So they'll like the camera will pan and it'll be like you're 30 years in the past and they'll do it again. And it's super seamless and looks really cool.
Okay.
It's a really well shot episode. It's very impressive. And yeah, and so like it's just really good. I recommend watching that as well. Netflix is kind of killing it recently with their fucking Netflix exclusives, originals and stuff. Because Maniac is great also. I saw that a while ago. But yeah. Anyway, that's my week.
Claude, what'd you do this week?
I did a couple of things. I caught up on the Hunter x Hunter manga because like I watched the series. Of course, it's, like I mentioned, forever. It's my favorite anime. And I just didn't want to catch up and be in the same state I was for Berserk. But then recently I said, fuck it. And I caught up on it. I'm like, God damn, it's so good, but it's nowhere close to the arc being done. And it sucks even more when the mangaka said, I should probably finish this because I don't know if I'll die before it's done. I'm like, God damn it.
Rip.
But yeah, no, it's super good. The arc that they're currently in. So many prominent players like in it. Different main characters as they like to do in the series. I read more of The Promised Neverland, and
how is that going?
I mean, I enjoyed it a lot.
I've heard nothing but good things about the manga going forward as well.
Yeah,
like-
I got past a point. I got through the part where I've heard most people say it slows down. I got like significantly past that. But I stopped at some point, and I was hoping you might have gone past where I got.
They're in a forest.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's really good shit. Like it's one of the two breakout manga from Shonen Jump in the last 2 years. The other being Dr. Stone. If I'm being honest, I prefer Dr. Stone. Like, I think it's way better. Nothing wrong at all with Promised Neverland. Some people mentioned the slowdown and they didn't like it, but like I really like the like counter espionage type stuff and like outthinking your opponents. So like there was no part of it that I was bored by. But if I had to pick one of the two that like I think is better, I would say Dr. Stone.
Yeah, because that was the part that Stewie was like complaining a lot about was the counter espionage part, and I didn't have too much of a problem with it. I got through it fine, but like immediately after that point, it speeds the fuck up. So you didn't have to deal with it for too long.
Yeah, so I mean, I finished that. I got and started Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that last night, but I haven't started it yet.
I wanted you to say you started and finished it.
There's no
one night
possible. I've only gotten a couple hours into it so far, which I'll explain why, which is a dumb reason I haven't gotten into it. But it's been very enjoyable. Like a lot of moments that happen that have nothing to do with me that I like probably one of the first instances of someone being a cuck in the Wild West.
Ooh.
I was just pulling my horse up to a bar to get some information, and something unrelated to me was happening. Some dude got thrown out of a window, and like dude was coming outside to talk to him. And he was like, "How dare you kiss my wife?" It's like, "It was a peck on the cheek," and they were like they were like fighting each other. One dude got fucking dropped, right? And he's like, "Maybe I'm going to spend some more time with your wife," and the dude was just like left outside unconscious. Like, damn, your wife's about to get fucked.
That's rough.
God,
there's a lot of moments like that. I had moments that like there's very you could tell how much work was put into it, like the amount that would get people away from their families for 100-hour work weeks, where it's like the smallest of dialogue lines that like because I did a mission beforehand, it would I'd have completely different conversations that I knew could not have happened if I did not just do that mission. And one of the things is my friend made like one small behavior choice different than I did, and we had completely different endings for one of our missions, where it's like there's a dude who's being an asshole, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I decided not to give him a problem," and his night ended fine. He woke up drunk in front of the next area, but because I told him to piss off, like my mission ended differently, where I was being chased out as a drunk, and I was like, "You'll never take me alive!" And I woke up the next morning on the other half of the map, nowhere near my horse. I had to fucking run for like 10 minutes because I had to start shit. It was frustrating, but it was kind of cool.
That actually is pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Too bad that I chose to do something dumber with my time. I've been in the mood to like watch something like Trash, and I was like, "Stewie, let's watch some bad shows together." And he had not been available. And I was like, "God damn it, what am I gonna do?" And I was like, "You know what I've always heard was trash? Visual novels."
Oh no!
So yeah.
What did you do?
I got a cheap visual novel that was on sale on Steam. I was like, all right, I want one that's positively rated because I figured like I'm not gonna play something that's bad, but I want to see stuff that people think is good.
It's gotta be
actually bad. No, I saw that, but I didn't do it. It was something called No One But You.
Ooh, that one.
And it's so there's like 4 girls and like 1 dude. I was like, all right, let's do this. Your character has the amnesia from before he was 7. Typical start. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be bad. And I got to a certain point, and like you get to make your own choices. Certain areas get different dialogue, different characters encountered, and like I got to a point like after the hot springs where like literally all the girls moved away and something happened. I was like, what the fuck? The only girl left is the tsundere, whatever. And it ended like when you got to the end of it, it's like you end up with your guy friend. I was like, what the fuck is this game? Why is it so highly rated? I looked it up, and it was just because I was an idiot. Like, every time you make a choice, it kind of branches in a different direction. And you get, like, after the hot springs, you get, like, kind of set up for one person you could be with. and go down their storyline. But if you fuck up all the girls' endings or like all the choices, you end up with the dude instead. I was like, oh, okay. Well,
yeah, that's how visual novels work.
I didn't know that, man. This is the outside of Doki Doki, I've never played a visual novel. So I was like, all right, and I'll play the other girl stories, and shit's fucking dark. Like,
what the fuck was the game that you played?
No One But You. Like, here's an example of like one of them. Like the scenario, hers isn't that bad, but we'll talk about the white-haired chick. So, or actually, no, we'll go in reverse order. There's the pink-haired girl who, like, her whole deal is like some bad things happen to her sister involving rape and murder. And at the end of her storyline, I'm not going to go into anything like this too detailed, but she ends up committing murder for the guy who was about to come in and attack her, the homeroom teacher who was a pedophile. And she murdered him, and there's a good ending and a bad ending, and all of them have bad endings where they can die if you do not make the right choices.
Yeah, that's what the novels do.
Yeah, like, so you do her story, but here's the thing that's fucked up, and I only realized it when I got into another story, is if you pick one person, that doesn't change the bad things that's happened to the other people. So with your help, she fought off the person who was after her, like the little like molester dude, the homeroom teacher. If you go for the other person's story, she confessed to you, but you're like, no, I'm not interested in you, get away from me. And she gets all sad and she leaves. And there's a point like a couple days later in the story, it's like, I haven't seen her or the homeroom teacher in a couple days. I don't know what happened. I'm a little worried, but I'm more worried about the girl I care about. And because you have the context of playing her story, I'm like, holy shit, she got raped and kidnapped. That's not good.
Oh boy!
I've done the story for everyone except for one character, which is a character I didn't really care too much for. I'll probably finish that up like next week. But yeah,
welcome to the molestation cast. Jesus.
Yeah, what the fuck? Everyone's getting ripped up in here.
Yeah, I didn't expect. I wanted to play a bad visual novel. That actually was
good visual novel.
Yeah, I just would look for something with like, I mean, I saw other things that I was like, I'm not gonna play this. Like something like Disney Demons Want to Fuck Me or some shit like that. Where it's like, played what?
Hot Boyfriend, the one where they're all pigeons. All the guys are pigeons.
What?
Yeah,
you have to remember this.
Yeah.
No, I don't know anything about visual novels that aren't.
That was like a known thing, though. That was a big thing.
Called Hot Awful Boyfriend, where you play as a girl that is in love with pigeons or something.
Yeah, the fucking Tokiyomi backstory, man.
And there is a secret ending route that involves like World War II or some shit.
And there's a
like
different
spy thriller.
Yeah. Like you'll know you get that one because it says like you return because you have to keep a promise you made to an old friend or something.
Oh yeah.
That one wasn't discovered for like years after that game came out.
It took forever to be found out.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's pretty good. But
I'm glad to find out you played a good visual novel though.
I didn't expect it. When I said positive reviews, I thought all visual, with the exception of Steins Gate, I thought like almost all visual novels were just trash.
No, all ecchi visual novels are trash.
Oh, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, you're looking for a dating sim.
Yeah.
You should have played Katawa Shoujo.
I don't know what those are.
No, Katawa Shoujo is good. Katawa Shoujo is the one with all the handicapped people and the burnt chick. Crispy Bacon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Crispy Bacon Girl. That's the best one in case you're
Crispy Bacon. Bacon Chan is best Chan.
Also, the one with no arms is good, too.
She's alright. I think she's into anal, or is that the deaf girl?
I think that was the deaf girl.
It's the deaf girl.
There's some deep
James,
shit.
go to your week.
I thought you were about to say go to your room.
To be like, oh yeah, no, I also did something involving molestation and rape
today,
and sex trafficking.
I finally got my stipends today. I gotta go in for my trial next week.
Oh, I'm gonna be broadcasting the DADCast live at the trial. My week
Please
was.
come in and support me.
I'm gonna need your energy for this trial. My week has been busy. I've been working almost every day, and on those days after I'm done working and the days that I'm not working, I've just been watching Monster Hunter. I've been playing Monster Hunter World, and I've been watching Hunter x Hunter. A lot of hunting going on in my life right now. I'm currently on episode 59, which is like the second to last or the third to last arc. It's about 20 episodes, and then after that is the Chimera Ant arc, which is like 40 episodes or so.
It's just so long.
Yeah, and oof, that's gonna be rough. Hunter x Hunter is pretty good. It's, if you like shonen, you'll like this. It's been keeping me pretty entertained. I just went through a really good arc that, outside of some nitpicks, has been really good. Had a lot of really good, some good comedic timing, really good action choreography for some specific scenes. Very much like a Game of Thrones arc, without getting too into it. Really good. Really
Game of Thrones arc, but they're all criminals.
Yeah.
So a Game of Thrones arc.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's been really fun. Been really enjoying it so far. Can't wait to finish it up.
Who is your favorite character?
Kurapika. It's
Yeah,
Kurapika.
that was my guess.
How would you know that was gonna be him?
Because I know he's popular, and I don't know, that was legit. That was gonna be my guess.
Kurapika has the coolest power set.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say it was
really.
either him or Kahlua.
So you haven't gotten to it. My
It's
favorite
also
power is Chapter 7 Bankruptcy.
That's an interesting title.
It's
For those of
so
you who
good.
don't know, at some point in the series they introduce like a new set of powers, and it's essentially got the same level of gravity and weight to it as stand users. So all of these powers have their own unique names, and Chapter 7 Bankruptcy, it's a pretty fucking good one.
It's so good. It's like, it's not the strongest power, but it's my favorite power.
Okay. I'll keep that one in mind.
That's a really godlike name for a power. That reminds me of like Sea Money Control, whatever the fuck that show's called, where like it's like it's a shonen battle anime, but your power level is your net worth, and
Oof.
it's like and it's like when you lose, you go bankrupt.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty fucked.
The show is not as good as I wanted it to be, but it's pretty alright nonetheless.
Other than that, I've just been playing Monster Hunter World. I'm almost at high rank, so I'm currently just farming Odagarons right now, so I can get their cool armor.
Yeah, that's what.
And then I'll be
It
continuing.
is like the coolest armor in the game.
And also, it's
super
kind of
good.
useful. Like its skills aren't even bad.
Yeah,
which
the
is-
bleed
which
resist is
is-
super helpful.
Bleed resist and weapon sharpening.
Well, there's not much in the game that causes bleed.
You know what causes bleed? Fucking Odagaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing you're fighting
Yeah,
again. Yeah, I mean, that's like
armor is good for farming Odageron.
I've got like 3 pieces of his set so far.
Really, it was just weapon sharpening stuff was really useful.
Yeah. And I think that's really all I've been doing other than work. Work's been really rough lately. I've been enjoying both things. After I finish Hunter x Hunter, I'm gonna return back to One Piece. And then
Continue on that never-ending.
yeah, never ending, dude, never ending. And then I'll watch something spooky like that Haunting
Haunting of Hill House, which
House.
is an
or you
adaptation
could just
of
read
a
The
book
Boys.
from the 50s.
Well, I'll do
Yeah.
both. There's nothing.
I mean,
saying I can't do
that'll
all
probably
that.
just get them. That'll get them excited. That won't scare them.
And you can play No One But You. Just all of it. All of the bad
I'll
stuff.
consume everything.
Yeah, see all the bad things that happen.
I am become the devourer of worlds in this bitch. All right, what's next?
I can definitely say though I've dropped Final Fantasy 15. It's not interesting to play. I don't really care for any of the characters.
How far did you get in the
How
story?
dare you not?
I
like
got to
it?
fake Sicily.
Yeah,
That city's gorgeous.
That's
Yeah.
a
It's
fucking.
gorgeous,
That's one
but
of
it's
the best
fucked to
design
navigate.
cities.
Yeah, that city's whack.
Yeah. You're not there for long though.
Yeah.
You're actually like
If you don't
really
wanna
close
be.
to a cool scene in that city though.
Yeah,
talking-
but then,
You're only
talking-
there for like a couple missions.
You're
But
talking
then
about
the
the
part-
boss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already seen
And
it.
but then the part after that is the worst part of the.
Yeah, it kind of slows down a lot.
Does
Then
it
it picks
really?
back up and then it slows down. And
Well, they
that game is
fixed
one of
it
those
to make
games
it
that
better, though,
sticks the
didn't they?
landing way better than it deserves to. Because there's a point at the end where it's just like, all right, before they fixed it, like it's one of those weird games where if you play the game at launch, it's nowhere near as good as if you played it a year later.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. So I actually haven't played it since it was fixed. I played chapter 13 in its pure state.
Yeah.
It tries to be scary. What are you talking about? It does it perfectly.
It's so bad.
The thing with Noctis at the end, I was like, what the this is out left field. I don't even care. And my characters were like, we don't care. You're you. And they're like, oh. And I was like, well, great. I'm glad this all worked out.
You mean Prompto?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Chapter
I said
13.
Prompto.
Trying to be scary.
Yeah, that was stupid.
I did play again and then see a cutscene with Prompto that gave that more context. So that was
chapter Prompto. They added a lot of stuff.
Ever evolving game.
I wanted to go back and give it another try when I bought like another edition of the game. It's like, hey, it has all the DLC and everything. I was like, cool. A week after, they were like, another edition with even more stuff. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not playing this.
Can't wait till 2020 when we finally have a full game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm uninstalling that from my computer because it's just.
Because it's a billion gigs.
It's a billion gigs. It just also I just don't like playing it. It's not very fun. I hate getting into like a sequence where it's like you're going through constant like attack like encounters with enemies, and Noctis has to go through his fucking tired animation every time during the short results screen. And when I'm just trying to run through a fucking dungeon, I don't want to have to do that every time. It's really annoying. And then like I've become immune to the endearingness of all the characters because there's just their little barks that they have when you're running around or when you're fighting repeat very often. And it's like, oh, well, this is weird and robotic now. I don't like this. Anyway, with that concludes the weeks, and from here we will move on to the Waifu Cast. For those who aren't familiar with the Waifu Cast is basically where Claude gives us a random anime character, and we consider if they're a viable waifu or not.
It's not exactly random. He chooses them beforehand. He
does. Well, sometimes he does. Sometimes it's been hella random. We've done the Naruto cast of waifus. Spoiler alert: almost all of them are viable in some way, minus like what 3? Hinata, Sakura, not Hinata. I don't know why I said.
Wow. Okay.
Oh! I forgot to mention during my week I've been reading a lot more. I started getting back into reading.
You can do that? Fuck.
Books.
Books. Actual books. I've been reading Philip K. Dick. I've been reading Philip K. Dick.
Brave New World, right?
No, I'm reading Mr. Spaceship. Well, I finished reading Mr. Spaceship. It's like 20 pages. And then I'm reading the 3 stigmata of... Oh, what's his name?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
The 3 stigmata of Palmer Eldritch.
I know of that
That's
one.
fun. That's a fun one. It's one of those sci-fi novels where it's like, it just drops a bunch of fucking vocabulary on you.
Yeah, that's Philip K. Dick.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the Waifu Cast. We've done Naruto and we've done My Hero Academia. Who's our waifu this week?
Well, this week we're going back to Persona because we were just doing different shit before. But we are going with Naoto from Persona 4.
Viable.
Wait, who?
Naoto from Persona 4. I feel like Naoto is like the most viable character, like bar none.
In that game.
Yeah. Like Chie is my favorite.
Kanagli has the biggest tits.
No, that's bullshit,
Naoto does.
No,
wait, who's the character we're talking about? I'm trying to remember.
Naoto Shirogane.
Hold on a second. What is it you're saying, George?
What's the name of the character we're talking about? I'm trying to remember.
Naoto Shirogane.
Detective Girl.
Detective Prince.
She has the tweed jacket and the hat, and she has a gun.
Wait, Detective Prince? What the fuck?
Yeah, the title is Detective Prince. It's got some stuff to do with her story.
She's got a gun.
She does have a gun.
She had to pretend to be a male so she could work with the police.
She wouldn't be taken seriously if she was a woman, which she is.
She is.
Wait, isn't this the girl that has the biggest tits?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, no, but that's a lie.
That's true.
Is it?
And I know they say that, but it makes no sense.
She wears a binder.
Yeah. When they were in their bathing suits, they commented on that.
I know that she binds them when she's in her normal clothes, but then when you play the dancing game, and she doesn't bind them.
The
She just has
dancing games aren't
normal-sized
canon.
boobs. The design is canon. She played a dancing game. There's the bit in the Golden when they go to the beach and she wears a bathing suit. They're not bound there. They aren't fucking massive titties.
No one said massive. They're the biggest of the cast. Like when the
Which
girls
is
are all
insane,
together, they
right?
comment on that, being like, "Wow, your act's kind of stacked." And she's like, "Shut up, don't look at me,
You
please."
gotta remember,
I refuse
Skylar,
to believe
they're
that.
Japanese. Their standards for titties are low.
I refuse to believe that. I feel like you like Rise has to have the biggest.
Skylar can
No.
only imagine Naoto is if she looks as much as a little girl as possible.
No, I'm just saying it makes no sense. How is it? Where do the boobs go?
She binds them, dude.
All right, what's her
It's anime.
backstory? Or what?
But
Actually,
when
don't tell
she's-
me.
But when she's
Yeah, I
not-
guess she's bound.
But when they're
Sure.
not bound, where are they then?
In
They're
fucking
out.
void space, dude. What do you want from us?
They're in the void space. Yeah, that's exactly my point. They don't exist in
Why
anywhere.
are you so focused on her tits?
Because it was brought up.
Just be focused on her story.
But yeah,
It's-
Naoto is
and her
hella,
viability.
Naoto is hella viable though.
Hella
Naoto's-
viable.
Have you
Fantastic.
seen the art of like adult Naoto when it's from that like it's from a legitimately terrible manga. She's an adult like detective, but the design for her in that manga is fantastic.
I have not seen it.
I'll just post it. You can make it visible for people or something.
Yeah, I'll make it visible.
She can shoot you.
She can shoot you. She can shoot you, and then she can probably tell the police that you tried to assault her, and then they'll believe her because she's a detective.
Just sprinkle
Damn.
crack on them.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's
I wonder how bad of a
that's
crack
an
problem Japan
undisputable
has.
technique.
You think Japan has a crack problem?
Who are you
No,
asking?
I don't think so because there's like no drug. It's like how would it get there? I feel like Japan has very good controls for that kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
thought
they
Japan
don't
had, like,
a
fuck with
kind-
drugs.
Oh no,
at all.
China has the poppy problem. That's what
Opium.
it is.
Wow, fucking racist James over here doesn't know. Because he's gonna show up to Japan and be like, "Hey, you guys, where's all the coke at?"
Persona, or not Persona, Akechi kind of like infuriated me when I got to him because I heard
Skylar,
a lot
where'd
of
you
people talking
post
about the Detective Prince, and I was like, "Oh shit, is Naoto in this game?" I was like, "No, it's just another Detective Prince now." I was like, "Get out of here!"
Yeah, it's just a catchy.
Skylar, did you post the picture of what she looks like as an adult?
I'm trying to find it because all images I find of it are super low res. I'm trying. Here, I found one.
Yeah.
So we all agree that she's viable then.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, now
Naoto's viable.
Naoto is officially
I posted
viable.
it
Add her
in,
to the Waifu Cast
posted it
compendium.
in DADCast. It is there now.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
good.
it's really good.
I like the
Oh,
glove that doesn't really fit all the way down her wrist.
I usually don't like those gloves.
Me neither.
I fucking love those gloves.
Sorry, listeners.
Sorry.
She's wearing some like Riku gloves.
Yeah.
Which?
Oh, yeah, they are. Huh.
All right. Well, moving on from the Waifu Cast, I guess it's time for us to get into the news, guys. How about that? You know,
Wow.
you guys like the
Wow.
news? You guys like the new? You know what I like? I like Devilman Crybaby, and I like that
okay.
director.
Yeah, Masaaki Yuasa.
Yeah, Masaaki
I
Yuasa.
also
a
love
real-
Kaiba.
Kaiba
Yes.
is also quite good. Yes.
Vale's
That
new
was
anime
Kong.
film, Kimito Namine Noritara,
Oh,
or Riding a Wave with You. It will be open throughout Japan early next summer.
Don't know what that is.
Well, here's the official synopsis coming from Toho, who is distributing it. Upon entering university, Hinako moves to a coastal town. She loves surfing, and when she's on the wave, she's fearless, but still feels uncertain about her future. When a fire wreaks havoc in the town, Hinako encounters young firefighter Minato. As they surf and spend more time together, Hinako feels drawn to someone like Minato, who devotes himself to helping other people. Hinako also holds a special place in Minato's heart. So, firefighter, cross, surfer girl, romance.
romance thing.
A lot of water is going to be the aesthetic.
Water and fire things are going to be used. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Yuasa, I feel like this is Yuasa's element is romantic comedies. I feel like some of his best work kind of fits in there somewhere.
Here.
And so I'm really excited for this. I mean, I'm like a self-proposed Yuasa mark, so
Absolutely.
I will stand for this man. But I'm very excited for this.
Yeah.
Yes, same. Not as big as Skylar because he showed me some of his stuff, and Skylar's been drooling over this man forever. But yeah, no, I'm also a big fan of his work, and I'm excited to seek him out.
I didn't particularly like some elements of Walk On Girl, but Devilman Crybaby was really good, and I've heard Ping Pong is really good.
You should watch.
And I like Shinchan.
Ping Pong is really. He directed Ping Pong. What the fuck?
Yeah, he did.
And
Oh.
Shinchan. And one episode
he
of
directed some of Crayon Shinchan. He did not do all of that because that's like a fucking massive series.
Oh, okay. And he also did that one episode of Adventure Time.
He also did a really cool series about wrestlers called Kick Heart. It was a Kickstarter thing, so I recommend checking that out. It's like a short. I believe it is an OVA, one episode thing.
Okay, because I thought you said series. I was like, wait,
Oh
what?
no, it's a little project. I think it's like I'm not even sure it's full episode length long if I remember correctly. It's cool though.
All right. You know what else is really cool?
What?
Parades.
Oh yeah,
I was
this
gonna say
shit.
Goku. I was thinking
Okay,
you were
wait.
gonna say Goku.
Okay, wait. I have a thing about this, right?
First let's say what it is.
No, I want to preface it by saying that I feel like we're entering this era of time where anime is becoming too powerful.
Too powerful?
Powerful.
Because a couple of weeks ago there was an article about how some mathematicians figured out some dude on 4chan accidentally figured out some bullshit on how to solve like an age-old mathematical problem that people didn't know how to solve, and he accidentally figured out how to solve it while trying to figure out what the fastest way to watch Haruhi Suzumiya was. Because the episode order shenanigans, like what order episodes should I watch to figure out what the most effective way of watching the series is with skipping as little content as possible. And so he solved some regressive formula function shit by accident, and a bunch of scientists or mathematicians were like, how do we cite this? It's on 4chan. Like, what do we do? And now we have
You don't
this.
cite it. You just copy his fucking work.
I do actually have my own question to ask, but after James introduces what the topic is.
But now we have this.
The
which
topic.
is what James would say.
The topic of this article is Dragon Ball's Goku flies into the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade for the first time ever, and we have photos from Funimation of Super Saiyan Blue Goku flying triumphantly as a giant Macy's Thanksgiving Parade.
Has there ever been like an anime like balloon at Macy's Day?
No, this is the
I don't
first
think
one.
so.
Yep.
Right. So this actually ties into like also what the next story is going to be is like I know anime is becoming more mainstream as the years will go on went on, but like what is the cap? Where is the high limit of
There
like
is no cap.
like before
When
it's like
mechs
all right,
become real, that's the cap.
Oh god.
The cap is we actually genetically engineer cat girls.
I
it.
actually think the realistic cap is having a trap appear in a live action film.
Jesus fuck.
Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
That's
Like
the cap of the cap of like anime reaching into Western society is a trap character
in mainstream. We have a
as in,
trap
like-
character in a live action Hollywood film.
as in a cross-dresser, George.
That's happened.
But I mean like in the anime interpretation of what that means.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
have a
okay.
female actress play a character that is supposed to be a boy.
Or
Alright.
a boy playing a character that's supposed to be a girl.
Yeah, but I think that's happened though.
Well, yeah. Both of those have happened.
But because Peter Pan.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe did that.
Yeah, that's right. Willem Dafoe did do that.
Fucking William Dafoe is an American treasure, man.
Is he
Where's
even
my Willem
American?
I don't
I
think
actually
he
don't
is.
know.
Where's my Willem Dafoe balloon for the Thanksgiving Day Parade?
And it's just his fucking
Scare
face
all
from
the children.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, like I'm a scientist myself. It's that face.
Yeah.
Or it's any face he made during the getting his
Beyond
dick
Souls?
hammered. No.
Getting his dick hammered in anti.
Has there
I thought you
ever
were
been
gonna say
a
like
fucking sex scene that involved William Dafoe? I'm
That's
curious now.
You
The
see
hammer
his-
scene.
You see his giant penis in Willem Dafoe, in Antichrist. And actually, the thing
Oh,
about that
jeez.
movie is crazy is that they surgically made his penis smaller because test audiences didn't believe that it was.
Well, they didn't surgically do it.
No, yeah, sorry, yeah, they used CG.
That would be weird.
Yeah, sorry, that was the wrong word.
Willem, please, we need to operate on your penis
We
to
need
make
to
it more
operate-
believable.
Yeah, but test audiences thought it was too big and that it looked fake, so they made it look smaller in the real movie. Which is
Ladies.
fucking- So Willem Dafoe's packing, in case you're
He
wondering.
says as there are nails hammered into his penis.
Talk about getting nailed. Ow!
God damn it! Fuck you.
Fucking shit joke. What
Okay,
the
wait.
fuck are you?
Hey, do you have anything more to say about this or about?
It's insane. It's insane that this is a thing. Anime is now officially fully mainstream. Can't
I love
escape
it.
it. All
Yes.
those kids who are like, actually, it's weird to think back. Like when I was like in high school, like there were some people who were like, oh, you like anime, you know, get fucked this nerd shit. And now it's like, with this widely available as it is through like different, you know, services, like it's a thing. The anime is actually not weird to like anymore.
My one thing is
Unless
I
you
really
like
wish
weird
there
anime.
was. My one
Yeah.
thing is I really wish this was just OG Goku and not Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
That's
Well,
fine.
get fucked, I guess.
I think the blue. I'm just happy it's not Ultra Instinct Goku, to be honest.
Yeah. I feel like Blues, or at least Super Saiyan would be a better choice, mainly because the hair wouldn't look as stupid from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But I'm just recollecting the Dragon Ball manga that has all of the characters like going off on the side, and you have the one of Goku like looking at you and waving, and that I would have liked like a rendition of that. But yeah, the hair thing I get.
Goku. I mean, he should have the Super Dash aura around him. Really, is what.
How would that even work?
I don't know. Make it work somehow.
Several wireframe it around him.
I like collapsing questions about
What?
Oh,
No,
oh boy.
No.
What was
Robo
that?
George, that's
It's not man.
You are
He had failed.
George. You're being forced back into the upside down, dude. We can't understand
He's
you,
being put back in the ghost zone.
George. George, are you okay?
Alright, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
He's back.
Okay.
We saved him. We did it.
Fucking.
Now,
What
please
was the last
repeat.
thing y'all heard me say?
Nothing. Like your whole
You have to
thing.
protect Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Your whole
Have to
thing
protect her.
was roboted.
It was super roboted. Alright,
Yeah.
never mind.
Just. Oh well.
You
Yeah,
yelled
so-
out "Live with me if you want to come," and we thought it was really weird.
Yeah. Oof. Oh.
Wait, what?
Anyway,
It's
moving
on
on.
the Terminator line. Never
Moving
mind.
on to anime being real.
Wait, really quick before we move on.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I forgot to add this to the docket because it was whatever. Really quick, the final promo for Sarazanmai, Ikuhara's new show, got put up. They have staff listings, not liftings. That's the wrong word. And staff looks really good. It's basically people returning from Penguin Drum, so same, like there's like a co-director is an episode director who directed the best episode of Penguin Drum, so he's back to help co-direct this. And then music is done by the same people that did the soundtrack for Penguin Drum also. And then backgrounds are being done by Studio Pablo, who did them in Review Starlight and in Flip Flappers. So if you've seen those, they have really great backgrounds. So there's that.
What show is this?
Sada Zanmai, which is the new show by the guy who made Penguin Drum and Utena and Sailor Moon. And yeah, so that was good. I hope they somehow integrate the aesthetic from the PV into the show. But yeah, that's that basically. I just wanted to talk about it because they just unveiled the staff.
Well, that's good. Anyway, more importantly, filmmaker Andy Muschietti to direct the Attack on Titan live-action Western adaptation.
What has he directed before?
It.
Oh. Alright.
I didn't really like it all that much.
I liked it, except for that one weird
I
scene
liked
where they're
it.
all looking at the girl's like side boob, but the camera's framed in a way that you're also looking at it.
Oh no.
It's a weird scene. I didn't like it. It's the only scene in the movie I didn't like.
I guess Mr. Muschietti.
Skylar, how do you feel about
watched
that scene?
I guess Mr. Muschietti watched Monogatari one too many times. Ooh, that's a joke from me, Claude, and Skylar.
That's a joke for you.
Fuck you.
All your jokes are for you, James. Don't sit here and pretend
Whatever.
like you laugh.
Whatever. The new feature-length film version of Attack on Titan comes from Harry Potter producer David Heyman, who is producing along with Masaaki and Barbara Muschietti. No screenwriters are attached. And then I guess this will be directed by Andy Muschietti.
I feel.
Okay, but why though?
Why?
I feel the development hell happening.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Warner
dude.
Brothers picked it up.
I'm with George.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is not happening. This is not gonna happen. But Warner Brothers picked up the license. So.
Unlike the pedigree behind the fucking Monster Hunter movie, this will not happen.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Paul Lewis.
You guys each have an anime series. You could put up a shield. Which anime series would you protect from ever getting a live action adaptation?
JoJo.
I want to see them all, fam.
No, JoJo, the Part 4 one is actually not bad.
Yeah, I want to see them all.
Berserk.
No shield.
Yeah, no, Berserk would look stupid.
Berserk, JoJo.
That's why I want to see it.
Monogatari. You know what? Monogatari is dangerous. Making a live action adaptation of that is dangerous.
Also,
Well,
the guy
I'll
also.
bring both of you guys there and look at you while the Hachikuchi scenes are happening.
Ooh. See what I'm scared
Also,
about.
Side note. In addition to directing, he also made that fucking weird movie Mala. With I think it was,
that one.
Was it
yeah.
twins?
No, with the ghost.
No, it was the one with
I don't remember that one, but all right.
It was mediocre. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Was it?
I didn't think it was good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything special.
Skylar probably agrees with me on this one, but I feel like a live action Monogatari, even if it was done in Japanese, like by Japanese staff, would not have the nuances required for that series.
Yeah, that's one that would be impossible, dude.
Yeah.
That's one that would be basically impossible. Then there's like.
I already said that I want to see all the bad anime adaptations.
I think there are some that I would want to get adapted. Like I said, I think last week we talked about some stuff that could work if someone cared about it. Like I think Monster would be great.
Because if that falls in line with what I said, like before, like I feel like the only things you should adapt are the stuff that does not require CG, and that's why Rurouni Kenshin is a good adaptation because it's just a samurai movie.
Also, Ace Attorney movie is pretty alright.
I didn't see it, so I couldn't say anything on that. But I have not heard anything bad.
Yeah, like Guillermo del Toro wanting to do Monster for HBO, like that would work perfectly fine. Fucking like Nana.
Man,
or
can we just talk about how many projects Guillermo del Toro started but never finished?
Never allowed to do anything, that man.
Will he ever be allowed to do Frankenstein?
No.
Will he ever be allowed to do Mountains of Madness?
Yeah,
no.
I want that so bad.
Same.
Never gonna happen.
Never.
You get nothing.
Speaking of things that'll never happen, Adi Shankar in talks to produce Legend of Zelda TV series based off of the video game. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So Shankar's most recent credits include serving as a producer on Joseph Kahn's Bodied and starring in Get the Girl, as well as executive producer in Lone Survivor. He also served as executive producer on the TV series Castlevania. I
guess it's Adi Shankar, right? Wants to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's listed as the creator of the Netflix Castlevania series. Like he's like the guy that's like, his name is under the logo when you boot it up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that I don't think this is gonna happen either, and if it does, it's not gonna look particularly good unless it's animated.
It won't be, you know it.
It won't be.
No, if it's him, it will be, because it's the same guy that did this doing the Netflix. Wow, I can't talk.
Whoa.
Netflix Castlevania, that guy.
Oh.
So he has this animation studio, this staff. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
No, Netflix is gonna give him the money. They're gonna give him the money to make it live action, and he's gonna be like, "But it would be better if it was animated." Yeah, but make it live action though. Do it anyway.
So is that a lower budget or a higher budget?
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It'd be bad either way. Red Dead Redemption 2 smashes opening weekend records. Take-Two stock skyrockets. So, Red Dead Redemption 2, and by the way, just like it smashed opening weekend, we smash cut to Red Dead Redemption 2. So
you had to ruin it, man.
I did have to.
It ruins everything.
I did.
Well, are you surprised at this point?
$725 million worldwide retail consumer sales during its first 3 days.
Now, I do need a note on that like it's the biggest opening weekend, but it's not the biggest like opening as far as 3 days goes, because that record still belongs to Grand Theft Auto V, which I believe made $1 billion in its first 3 days, but it came out on a Tuesday. So because this came out on a Friday, and it's nitpicking, being opening weekend, but yeah, so.
Single biggest opening weekend in the history of entertainment, though, in that the number eclipses even the highest opening weekend in box office history. Disney's Avengers Infinity War grossed more than $640 million in its first week on the big screen. So video games officially greater than movies. Gotcha, Disney.
Well,
fuck
Rockstar. Yeah. They're the only two. They have the only 2 games to beat that.
Oh, no,
Okay.
Oh, the ghost zone.
The robots are happening, George.
He's fading into the. I lost it.
Skylar, it's like that one
You
scene
did.
that happens in Monogatari.
Which one?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Big.
I'm not gonna tell you 'cause
I don't even know how far you are. So there's like multiple things you could be talking about.
Then never mind. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah. Other than Grand Theft Auto V, which is also a Take-Two made game, now they hold 2 records. Awesome.
Why did you say what I said again?
I was just repeating what you said, just to make sure that we were
Gotta
all.
steal the black man's hard work, man. You already know how it is.
No, I was just saying that so I could reiterate. Goddamn! Wow.
That was even me.
Whose notifications were that? Was
that was like something else? Yeah, that was me, but that was like not my phone. So.
What? All right. Anyway. There's a MedieEvil remake. That's cool.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a MedieEvil remake out 2019. Sony already. Yeah.
They're bringing back MedieEvil.
Yeah, Sony revealed that at the PlayStation experience a while ago. They showed off it was just like a render of a skull, but we all knew what it was.
I forgot about that completely, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's MedieEvil. It's pretty forgettable.
Damn.
But yeah, it looks like it's just like the first game.
Did anyone here fucking play MedieEvil?
I played it on a demo disc.
I
did
also
too.
played the disc.
Did you also like? Is it? I feel like I always run into this. Was it demo disc? You might have gotten like a Pizza Hut. I know it came with like Gex, MedieEvil, Tomb Raider, and Metal Gear. That's what I got into Metal Gear.
Okay.
Or at least that's what I found out about the series.
I played it at my dad's college friend's house in New Jersey, and it was like attached to a fucking, I think it was the PS1 version of Galaga. That was like a side scroll. It's a super obscure version of Galaga where it's like 3D graphics and it has like side scrolling portions, segments too or some shit. I have no idea what fucking console that shit was on. But I remember that he also had MedieEvil. It was like part of the same thing. I played a little bit of it there. That was a long ass time ago.
George, goddamn, turn the notifications off.
It's fucking dead.
Where were you when George was killed? Fine. No, turn the fuck off. Turn them off.
Fuck you, bitch. What's going on next?
No, turn them off, fucker. We told you not. We told you to turn them off.
I did. This isn't my phone. It's my fucking computer.
Oh. So he has the same problem that I have. James, I hear on Suicide Watch.
PlayStation Classic reveals preloaded games.
Yeah, I get to play Final Fantasy VII again. Yay!
Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy VII, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr.
So how was
Driller,
your day, Skylar?
Oddworld Abe's Odyssey,
You're a fucking faggot. I hate you.
Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer
Are they-
Type
Yes.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Are they all like
Tekken 3.
$100? Because I know this console's $100.
Yeah. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms. Comes to
Wild Arms. I should check that out one day.
Yeah, so I should point out the version of Resident Evil Revelations Persona and Rainbow Six that you're getting are all terrible.
I thought you were saying Resident Evil Revelations Persona was like a game itself.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
Be kind of funny.
Yeah, you're getting Mark, Persona 1, and you're getting fucking Basement Farts, Resident Evil 1.
And also, and the Rainbow Six just controls very poorly on a PlayStation 1 controller. And what else here? I mean, Final Fantasy VII is everywhere by now.
So, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Never mind, go on.
Okay. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey is everywhere in like better quality.
Is it?
Yes, it is. It's out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Along with the other 2 games that came out with it in one package. So, yeah, you could literally just play the better version of the game for less. I don't know anything about these other games, to be honest. Battle Arena Toshinden, I don't imagine many people will play that one since.
Hold up, is Persona 1 the one that has the bad
Yes.
fucking translation with the black character that's not black
Mark.
and it looks
Yes.
super horrible?
Mark.
His name, yes, that's what he meant by Mark. Persona 1 is
no.
they changed. For those of you who don't know, Persona 1, when it was localized to the West, a lot of the characters were just their races were changed. So you have this one Asian guy who's just given like a black face, and his name is changed to Mark.
Not actual blackface. They just made him black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a dark,
He
like
changed
an
his character so he was black.
yeah,
Did they have him speaking like Ebonics and shit?
yeah, kind
Did
of.
they?
Not
Not
that
like full
bad,
Ebonics, but
but,
like urban
you know,
youth.
or yeah, quote unquote urban.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, this does not at all appeal to me. Even if I didn't have an emulator for all these games, I still wouldn't buy this. But I mean, whatever. If you really want your PlayStation Classic, it's $100. Comes out. Did they announce? They announced a release date, didn't they? No, they didn't. Not yet. At least not. Oh, December 3rd in US and Canada. Oh well. I'm not particularly interested in this. What about you guys?
No.
Nah.
I got burned on the NES Classic when I wanted that, and I was like, oh, it's in short supply. Okay, whatever. And then they made the SNES Classic, and I was like, you know, that one I didn't try and go for. I had friends who were like, nah, they learned their lesson with shipping. I was like, it's Nintendo, man. Y'all are fools to believe otherwise. I know this is Nintendo, but I stopped caring about the retro consoles, which is just like, as I think someone else said, maybe it was James, was like, these exist in other fashions that would play better and look better. Why am I paying $100 for this?
Yeah, it is honestly these classic consoles, and I got this from Wooly, but the classic consoles are just for hotels to have, and just to like, oh hey, comes with a game console with like 20 games on it, you can play it.
Don't even just get a book, kids. Just do that.
Just get a book. Get a good old Philip K. Dick.
Fucking all these Philip K. Dick.
Yeah, James like he's trying to fill up on some dick. Know what I'm saying?
you got me.
Got him.
Fucking got him. You know what else burns, Claude? Hellfire. Diablo Immortal is a mobile game that it's a mobile game for not for fans of Diablo. I'll tell you what, because nobody wanted this. After how many fucking years has Diablo 3 been out?
6.
6.
Yeah.
People were really hoping at BlizzCon they'd get a Diablo 4 announcement, but instead they find out the next game in the Diablo world is a mobile game.
So to correct that a bit, they never said there wouldn't be a Diablo 4. It's just people were waiting for Diablo 4 and they got this because at the beginning of the Q&A they were like, we want you to know that we have many different teams working on different things involving Diablo. This is just what we're working on. So it's like, all right, it's Diablo 4 not confirmed, but you still got to put it up with the Q&A session and knowing that right now what we're focusing on is the mobile game.
Yeah, and this mobile game is made by NetEase, which is a Chinese company licensed to operate several Blizzard games in that country. Also made Crusaders of Light.
China hates NetEase because they make games in China all the time, and they're apparently awful with like pay to win, like free to play game shit.
Perfect.
China hates them because
that goes perfect with the fact that NetEase also made Crusaders of Light, which launched in summer 2017, which Diablo Immortal seems to be a reskin of. A lot of UI looks very similar. I'm looking at some like gameplay footage that people have posted, and the what's the word? The likeness is uncanny, and I don't blame. Crusaders of Light is also available on PC via Steam, but Diablo Immortal is not. It's only on Android and iOS, but it will probably eventually come on PC, especially if it's made by the same people. So yeah. There was one guy at the Q&A who did it real good, who went up to the podium and asked, like, is this like an out of season April Fool's joke, or
it feels that way.
Yeah, it does. Too bad it's not. Moving on. So I also forgot to mention, because I forgot that we had it on the docket, Toby Fox, well known for making Undertale and also making like a really good Halloween ROM hack of Earthbound, came out with a new game not too long ago. It was earlier this week. It was named DELTARUNE, which, if you don't know, is an anagram for Undertale, and it's really fucking good. I played it. It's about a 3-hour experience, and it's very much a evolution of Undertale, while also being a subversion of some of the things that Undertale did, and I really enjoyed it. And it's free. You can find it if you go to Toby Fox's Twitter, or you just Google it. You can find the download site. It's easy. You can check it out. I would highly recommend everybody who was interested in Undertale to look at it. Music's great because it's Toby Fox. Go figure. Yeah. He came out with a tweet not too long ago, or like a document essentially explaining his plans for the game. So he states it's a demo. He states he's got a lot of the stuff planned out for the game. He doesn't know when it's gonna be finished. It's not a sequel to Undertale. It is not necessarily in the same universe as Undertale. It is he doesn't know how to describe the game as he writes. What else? He says it would actually be impossible for him to complete this game alone, based on everything that goes on in it. And what else? There was one last thing. Oh, right. And so he's assembling a team, or he's going to try and find people to assemble a team with, but he's worried that he doesn't know, because he doesn't have any directing experience, that it'll end up fucking the game up. But he's basically just telling people, be very patient, because I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't have even a smidgen of an idea of when this game would come out. And that's pretty much it. One person reached out to Devolver Digital and they said they'd be down for it. So maybe that'll turn into something, but nothing concrete yet.
Huh.
Yeah, I will have a link to this tweet in the description of this podcast episode once it comes up on Monday. So if you're interested in this, listeners, you can read it, because I'm trying not to say a lot of things about this game because it's a lot of... I don't want to spoil it in case anybody wants to play it. So, yeah. Did you guys at all check this out?
I did not have a chance to this week.
Nope.
I've been meaning to check it out at some point.
I would definitely say to do that. Music is great. Graphics are very improved. Could use some tweaking in some aspects. Gameplay is not the same. There's
I saw him talking about the gameplay a bit on his tweet longer about the project.
Yeah.
I was saying he wanted to expand on it in this.
Yeah, it's Claude. Since you don't know, it's actually multiple characters. It's like a classic JRPG.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's good. The character writing is still spot on as always. It's fun. It's a very fun game. Very short. There's some optional stuff in there. It's good, but I got to move on because there's not much else to say other than he wants to assemble a team, but he doesn't know how to do that yet, so he's working on it. Bandai-Namco cracking down on explicit custom characters. So there was one that came out initially called The Cube, and essentially it was like a cube. Somebody went into Cheat Engine, and
it's explicit.
Well, yeah, but this also has to do with that.
Well, this is talking about like people with giant penises. I know what you're talking about. That's fucked up.
Lizardman with giant penis.
That's what this was. That's why I said. That's why I said it's explicit. Like that's what they're targeting. Like yeah, they're looking after the bullshit too, but if people are making a bunch of characters with giant dicks.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
They're going after Sonic Fox, his giant lizard penis.
Damn. Okay.
James is disappointed that there's not going to be more giant lizard penises.
I didn't know people were making giant lizard penises.
Yeah, when you said it, what did you think it meant when it said like they're cracking down on explicit characters?
I thought it was referring to The Cube and Green Screen Man.
How's that explicit?
I thought maybe this was just a translation thing.
This is an American article.
Man, whatever. I hadn't heard of any like new like people with.
Oh man, there's some fuck shit in this game.
Yeah, dude,
We've posted stuff like the dude whose name "Don't Drop the Soap."
Yeah, his fucking massive donger.
But is there? I thought they just put like a censor bar thing there.
No, they did before they posted it online. That's a real thing in the game.
Oh,
it's just before someone posted it on like Twitter or whatever, they censored.
You have dudes who play Voldo who have the Lizard Man credit character with Voldo's moveset. Give him a giant penis so they can like pelvic thrust people to death.
Yeah.
How do you make a penis in that game? I don't understand.
You just attach a fucking big thing to the crotch
cylinder.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because the credit character lets you like attach like polygons to yourself basically, and warp them around the thing.
That's not okay.
So you just clip a cylinder in your crotchal region.
Crotchal region? Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes right now. Thank you. It's good to know.
You can afford that game. Come on, be real.
So I mean, I don't really know what to say about this now. They're just
making sure you
cowards.
Fucking
pretty much
fucking degenerates over here. You better stop it with your giant penises.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
That'll definitely stop him.
Sonic Fox blown the fuck out.
Damn, is Sonic Fox playing with an explicit character?
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
At least he was memeing online with one. I don't know if he does.
Oh, it's got cut off. Oh well.
Okay.
Nothing
said
of value was
he
lost.
Was memeing online with one. I'm not sure he played it in a tournament thing.
Well, like I said, nothing of value was lost. Unlike the Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct,
where something of value was lost.
Yes, several people were lost.
Everyone but Kirby.
Now it's just a Kirby game.
Ever
Now
think
it's
about
just a Kirby game.
how Isabel died horribly?
You ever think about the fact that fucking Link was able to deflect death lasers, but Zelda's shield couldn't?
Did nothing? Yeah, get fucked. You ever think
It's
about?
not the Master Shield.
You ever think about how Sonic tried to save Pikachu because his games are about saving animals?
Oh,
I didn't
fuck,
think
I
about
didn't
that.
think about that. You ever
You
think
ever
about
think
how,
about
that's-
how Sakurai loves Kirby and this is just the new Kirby game?
Yeah, he is.
No.
He said, you know what? Fuck everyone. I'm gonna make a new Kirby game. You can't fucking stop me.
I made
love-
this joke before. It's like I wanted to just like they rename the game on launch to Kirby Infinity War and just run with it.
Yeah.
I love the
This is
idea.
Unity, I don't feel so good.
Did you finally get your break? Yes. And what was the cost? Everything. I want the main villain to be Waluigi. And that's how
Yeah,
you
he peels away and he's like, wah.
Wah!
It was you all along.
Wah!
Goddamn. Yeah, dude, that
You know,
trailer is
Nintendo doesn't give a
godlike.
shit about Waluigi.
That trailer is godlike. I literally
is.
was watching it and I can't believe they let Sakurai do it. I can't believe they let him kill everyone.
Everyone
Like,
is dead.
I'm the
Everyone-
biggest sucker for like when a series like lets you like listen to some of their music and then you later find out that the song has lyrics to it. Like
Yeah.
Beneath
Oh,
the Mask
yeah.
and Persona 5 got me super fucking good with that. And this one it was just like, what was it? Lifelight, I think was the name of the song.
Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah.
just like it starts playing and then the moment Kirby crashes down, the lyrics kick, and I was like, wait, what? This song has lyrics? And like it just man, it got me good. We all wanted some Space Emissary. This looks different, but it still looks really good.
It looks
Everyone
like a
in
mix
here-
of Subspace. It looks like a mix of what people liked about Subspace Emissary with the Smash 4 board game that they
Yeah,
had.
I agree.
There's a Smash 4 board game?
No, in
No,
the
like
game.
The board game.
Well, yeah, I know. You
thing.
mean in game? I just don't. I only
The-
went straight to like
the-
versus mode shit.
There was a mode that was kind of like a board game that was shitty that no one liked, and they're kind of co-opting some stuff about
Yeah.
that a little bit in this one. But I think they're just adding an overworld. Like it's just an overworld.
Yeah.
So necessary levels probably is what this is going to be. Instead of like the overworld in Emissary, you pick a level out of like the thing, and it was super unclear how to progress because everything was everywhere.
Hmm?
Yeah. We've gone from everyone is here to everyone is dead.
Except for Kirby.
Except
for Kirby.
But was he ever
Um,
really alive to begin with?
This
Yes.
episode on Kirby lore.
By the way, before we continue in this too far, did you guys see the thing I pinged y'all in DADCast, the discussion we're about to have?
I did see
Yes.
that.
Hold up, I did not. Wait, give me a second.
It's the thing that you brought up before podcast started.
Before being more specific than that, man.
DLC characters. 5
Oh,
DLC
yeah.
characters.
Okay.
Real quick, let's go over what we found out in the Smash Direct. So Ken and Incineroar confirmed. Ken is a Echo Fighter. For
Surprising
Ryu.
no one.
Echo
yeah.
Fighter that looks better than he does in Street Fighter 4 and 5.
Yeah, why is he
It's-
gotta
it's
have
a
Why do you
Echo.
look so...
Does he look-
Huh?
Fucking banana hair.
Why can he? Why is it that Capcom can make him look like a human, but Nintendo can? I don't understand.
The same way that Nintendo cares more about Mega Man than Capcom does.
Oh, it's sad. So yeah, in Incineroar, who's kind of like a wrestling character, who's great.
Incineroar is my favorite Pokemon. I was so hyped about that.
That he has a kayfabe aura that causes him to
Yeah,
Irish whip.
the Irish Whip.
I fucking love it, man. And the different forms or the different things that could happen if you fuck
Yeah,
up.
based on your timing. Yeah.
It's good
The
shit.
only thing I was sad about was his super because in Pokemon Sun and Moon, it's just a giant frog splash. So they switched it up for a super here, but it's still good.
I feel like a giant frog splash would be kind of boring.
No, that move is
Yeah.
tight. Malicious Moonsault is a great move. Shut up.
Malicious Moonsault is a godlike name as well.
They also went over
The
Spirit.
Darkest Lariat is so good.
The darkest
lost my sh-
Lariat?
Yeah, that's the name of one of the moves he has in here, and like I was like, oh yeah, because like the way they do it in there, it looks like Red Cyclone, and Sakurai legitimately says it's almost kind of like a Red Cyclone. I was like, holy shit, Sakurai!
Fucking loved it. Fucking Ken from the Versus series. What was it? They even mentioned the Versus series.
They said the Versus series.
Yeah,
well, that was weird. Why'd they say that?
It was when they were talking about Ken. It was like some of his moves are from the Versus series.
Yeah,
His
they said they want to make his Shinryuken like flashy like it is in the Versus series is what he said.
Versus series? What Versus series?
Fucking Marvel vs. Capcom.
What do you think?
Oh, Ken was in Marvel vs. Capcom?
He was in X-Men. He was in
what?
He was in X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and he was in fucking Children of the Atom. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was in X-Men vs. Street Fighter is what he was.
Okay, I didn't play that one.
Fucking don't know shit about the Versus series.
I still love the one of the things that I love about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is like in the city level. There's like a billboard showing off Ken versus Iron Fist. That's like, oh man, that's pretty good.
Oh, real quick, so I'm guessing none of you guys know anything about Incineroar or have like.
Of course, he's my starter. Yeah.
I know of him. I know that he's the heal Pokemon.
That was what I was gonna say. Do you know what type or what his Pokemon classification is? And yes, he's the heal Pokemon. It's so good.
Just to go over some other stuff that we found out in the direct, we also found out about the Spirit mode, which is replacing the trophies from the other Smash games. Now you essentially
Skylar could describe. Skylar has the best description of that mode that I completely agree with.
It is the most in-depth system that I will never look at or think about ever.
Damn. Well, for those of you who don't know,
like,
essentially, it's essentially like event battles, but now you get spirits from these events, and spirits essentially give you a variety of boosts to different things. Like one of them gives you poison resistance, another one makes your up tilts better, another one makes down tilts better, like a bunch of different stuff. And you get spirits by defeating enemies in very specific situations that are reminiscent of the character. Because all the spirits are based off of a variety of characters from different games that have been on Nintendo consoles.
You fight Dr. Mario and Rob. That's weird. Yeah. I like that though.
A doctor hiding behind a giant robot. Yeah. Like MGS5 fucking Miller is the weird one. Seeing MGS5 screenshots in that trailer.
Yeah, dude. When I actually laughed out. Cut to and it's Miller's face and makes all the fucking bullshit, and it's like
this cartoony like near Shin-chan stuff right next to him.
Yeah. And then I also laughed earlier when they showed like you can, mimic fights against iconic characters, and it shows fucking Dr. Mario as Huey Emmerich, and I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah,
dude.
that's what I was just talking about. Yeah.
Fuck out of my game.
And he has Rob next to him, and a big Rob.
Yeah. And you can level up spirits, or use spirits to make your amiibo characters better, stuff like that. It's a very in-depth system. Watch the direct if you want, because they go into it.
Literally 10 minutes of explaining features of the system. It is there is so much thought put into it. It is outrageous.
And there's 5 minutes dedicated just to the options menu.
Pretty much.
Fucking spirits. Are we doing spirits mode yet or no?
We're talking about just the direct in general. Oh, yeah, we're on spirits mode if you got a point on that.
I did not care. Did anyone care?
I never did I.
Okay.
I cared a little bit.
I bet.
Why? Why do you like it?
Because it's interesting. It's different from just trophies.
I kind of like trophies though, because you could look at them in a model viewer and be like, look, here's things.
Well, yeah,
right. He did mention like part of it was like they're really hard to do. It takes a lot of time to like. He mentioned that was part of why they left the trophies.
Whereas now they're just ripping character out. I'm sure you'll get like character descriptions for all the spirits.
Yeah, it's just. Or I want there to be something for Kaz where he just talks about burgers.
Yeah, he should.
I want him to ask if we're still here to suffer.
Fuck. There's also a pre-order.
How many Ocelots will there be?
There's at least one, and he will definitely evolve to MGS4 Ocelot.
I want MGS5 Ocelot.
Troy Baker.
He'll be
that's my favorite design for him.
Yeah.
Well, it'll go MGS3 Ocelot, MGS5 Ocelot, MGS4 Ocelot.
No, you guys are whack. It's gonna be MGS4 Ocelot, and then it's gonna be MGS2 Ocelot, and then it's gonna be MGS3 Ocelot, and then it's gonna be old Ocelot. Like
they already showed MGS3 Ocelot. And he was level 1. He was in the trailer.
God damn it! It was a joke about the boss fight at the end of MGS.
Yeah. Well, no, fuck you.
That's probably my favorite boss fight in the series.
For Ocelot, it'll probably
because it becomes Tekken.
Yeah,
it's just like the minor detail to the point of the health bars changing to what the health bars look like in that game. Like it's really good.
Yeah. And the music as well changes.
And then like when they like both get the stuff and they inject each other. George, how far are you in Metal Gear?
Yeah, it's been a minute. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, not that far. I'm still at the fucking Ocelot boss fight.
And MGS1?
Which Ocelot boss fight?
And MGS1 and MGS1.
Oh, 1, okay. I was like, that makes this more complicated somehow.
Yeah, where he has the guy tied up and there's like fucking like bombs
the DARPA
everywhere.
chief? Wait, no, that wasn't the DARPA chief. Wait.
DARPA chief.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, the first boss fight of the game, pretty much. I'm trying to figure out how to beat that shit.
You shoot him a bunch.
Yeah. Don't get shot.
MGS bosses are kind of whack, to be honest. Sometimes.
Some of them are more bullshit than others.
Some of them are pretty cool.
Just switch controller ports, dude.
Yeah.
That only works once.
That one's a good fight. Also, the end is great. Fantastic boss fight.
I had a terrible boss fight with Psycho Mantis, right? Because like I played that one. I only played the demo of MGS1 initially. I didn't play MGS1 like in full until I got it on the like PSP, and that was a nightmare because I got to that point and I looked up online how to do it. I was like, I bought this game digitally. What the hell am I supposed to do? And you have to look through the options menu to find the card, to find the like oh no, not his thing. It was to call a certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently like, oh, the back of the box is, you have to look through your like options menu and you'll look at the gallery and it's in there already. And I was like, okay.
I had the same issue when I played MGS1 on the PS3 digitally.
Mm-hmm.
Except I didn't know you could do that. So I didn't get past that part for a while.
And the Psycho Mantis boss fight, you have to like look into options under a different area to switch your controller port. Like that's the only digital game that would ever exist that would need that option. Switch your controller port.
Yeah, man.
Like, fuck. I thought the game was gonna be unbeatable because it's like there's nothing else for me to hook into.
I should play MGS1 again. Yeah. They announced new amiibos: Inkling, Ridley, and Wolf, King K. Rool, Ice Climbers, Piranha Plant. By the way, Piranha Plant is the pre-order bonus character who will be out sometime after the initial launch of the game. If you pre-order the game, you get him for free. Otherwise, you have to buy him.
Piranha Plant is like the dumbest pick of all time.
Mute. Don't you go anywhere. Mute.
Just server mute him.
What?
I can't do that. I don't know how to do that shit.
It's just you just always do it. Anyway, how do you guys feel about the Piranha Plant?
I laughed my ass off because I didn't know it was a character at first. I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And then
more viable than Shadow, Isaac, and everyone else that was in the Grinch League.
Yeah.
That fucking image of the Piranha Plant licking Shadow's tears is really hitting me on an emotional level. I just thought it's just a hilarious pic of being like, nah, fuck you. Fuck everyone.
I do like that that's a thing, because it's so goofy, it's so out there, but like, I love it. I do honestly kind of like though that the Grinch League wasn't real, because now I have Incineroar. Because like I've said it before, maybe on podcasts, but I've always said this is like my favorite Pokemon for the longest time was just Blastoise. Like I love Blastoise. The idea of a giant turtle with like cannons on its back's rad. And then I had two Pokemon I liked more than him in Sun and Moon, which is Incineroar and then Mimikyu. Like
Mimikyu is fantastic.
It's fucking fantastic. I love it.
That's a great design.
Like a wrestling Pokemon that's a heal Pokemon, and like it's nothing about him is bad. Huh?
Does he count as a heal? I wouldn't say he's a heal.
That's in his type description. He's described as the heal Pokemon.
Okay, yeah. It says that in the game.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Super good. Yeah. I also think his moveset itself just looks fun. Like some of the stuff they've shown of it, like he looks fun to play. So
Right, he has a cross chop. He has the darkest lariat. He has to stop and pose after each move, which you can cancel out of, but that's raw on its own. I feel like that might get annoying, but still, like the fact that it's a thing is that's cool.
yeah.
But like body slam someone and then you just get hype. You build Beowulf hype meter.
Yeah. That'd be sick. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Fucking this. How'd you? What else we talk about in the direct? I can't even remember. If it was like that.
That was mostly spirit stuff. Like they talked about the new characters. They talked about spirits. They talked about just menus, how online would work.
Mhm.
They talked about how there would be new characters coming out in the future.
There's no more For Glory, right? They got rid of.
Yeah, they got rid of that, and now it's just
Yeah,
like you
that's
put
gone.
down your preferences, and they will link you up with people similar to your preferences.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
alright.
so gotta get that global smash power up.
The fuck does that mean?
It's your ranking system in there. It shows how good you are. Like
Okay.
the higher your global smash power is, the better you are.
My global smash power.
Yeah.
You better
Just like,
believe
hey,
my
if
smash
you're
power.
global
Why would
smash
you
power
server
10,000,
mute me?
because you didn't mute yourself and you were
muted
talking to your
yourself.
dad.
I left the room, fucker.
We heard you.
I can still hear you.
I'm still leaving. I still left the room. I literally went out of my house.
No, but we could still hear.
But we could hear you, which is the problem. That's why we muted you.
Well, it's fine because it's going to be taken out of the audio in the future, so you don't have to mute me. Because I didn't know I was muted. I've been talking
What
for
are
like
we
2
talking
minutes.
about again?
Did you not
We're
even?
talking
Did you not
about
look
Smash.
at the logo? We're talking about Smash.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, there also important to note was that Elite Smashes is what's going to determine or it's going to be looked at heavily for character balance.
Elite smashes?
Yes, once your GSP, your rank gets high enough, you get to you're invited in elite in-game battles, which are for like the top players.
Oh yeah,
go
that's
into
when they're
elite
like,
smashes.
you know you're good now. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you set a bar for the people who are either good or who think they are good.
Yep. And then they said for character balance, we're going to be looking at elite smashes a lot. So that's
I do like
actually
how they're
really
like,
important.
get a LAN cable, please. And I was like, you know what, I'll do that. I'll do that for
Godlike.
you.
Yeah,
Good.
They told them to get one. Now Claude will listen because Nintendo
Now
told.
Where-
him.
Where
to
where
be fair,
were-
I asked you like last week for a link because I want to get one.
Yeah, but you're told.
This is before
Amazon
Smash.
recommended one.
where were you when fucking Wi-Fi warriors were blasted the fuck out live on stream?
Nintendo made sure they knew they were idiots.
Smash tags is also kind of a fun thing where it's like every time you beat a person, just steal their tag and then you can sell it.
Sell it for music.
Yeah, sell for music. I mean, hey, it's a good way to get music. Let's see. And then they went over some events and stuff. Other than that, that's pretty much it. In terms of what happened in the Smash Direct, I guess we can just move on to our little hypothetical that we had about the 5 DLC characters we'd
That's
like
not
to
really
see.
Okay.
I guess we'll just each go pick one, or go over our first, and then we'll just move on to the next.
Round robin it? Okay.
Alright,
Yeah, we'll round
sure.
robin it.
All right, who first?
I'll go first. Sora. I need Sora from Kingdom Hearts in there.
Were you doing that to steal that from George because you knew that was going to be his?
Damn.
No, it's just I knew George was also gonna say it. But
So exactly what I just said.
no, because
Okay,
George
so him
could
being
always
a
just George could always say Riku.
What is he, gay?
What the fuck? I mean, Riku kind of is a better character than Sora because he's not an idiot. But
Yeah, I actually was gonna
Alright.
pick. Yeah. So Sora, and then George, what would you pick?
fucking, fuck it, Terra.
Terra would be
Yeah,
alright.
yeah, that's
I
all
would
right.
I would like it if it's Terra but in the armor, or at least get the armor as a
Yeah,
buff.
yeah, I need armor.
Wait,
Kingdom Hearts
Terra
armor is
as
fucking
in-
awesome.
Terra
Oh,
First-
never mind. I thought you were talking about Final Fantasy.
Oh, I thought
You wouldn't be
I
familiar
also-
with Terra Nort.
I also thought you were talking about Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, that's the better Terra. That's the best Terra.
Wrong.
I haven't finished 6, so I can't.
Terra's got
say
cool
yes.
armor. Therefore, you're wrong.
But is she an Esper though?
It's a dude.
I mean, but he has fucking cool ass armor. And
Does he fight an evil clown man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, that's
What evil clown man's in? Okay.
Does your Terra fucking have cool badass armor and fucking sacrifice everything for his friends? No? Cool.
Kind of.
will.
The planet was destroyed.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on.
There's no cool armor though, so it's fine. I win.
Well, there's mech suits, so yes, there is.
Yeah.
Mech
Nah, but
suit-
this is
that
cool
doesn't
armor that
count.
you
Nah, that doesn't count.
You thinking mechs aren't cool?
Cool.
Mechs.
Oh no.
Fucking
Mechs-
cool magical armor.
Maybe if you had a mech, you wouldn't have to worry about breaking it.
Mechs are worthless. You gotta be wearing the cool
All right,
armor. so you look like a
fucking
mech.
faithful viewers, which is better, mechs or magical armor?
Send in your
What
questions
about-
at
what about
officialdadcast@gmail.com.
Magical mechs, because it's magic.
Yeah,
tech.
they are magic too.
It's magic. That's.
It's Final Fantasy, you know this.
Does your mech have a
I mean,
keyboard?
yeah, but
No?
it's like
No.
it's they say Magitech. It's just mechs. It's not magical.
No, it is.
just-
It's literally
Powered by magic.
technology powered by magic.
Look, any form of science
it's
would
because
just
they-
appear to be
they're
magic at a high enough level. It's just science. They're just calling it magic.
It's science, but it's powered by magic.
No, it's science that's disguised as magic.
All right, who's next?
Not at
Fuck
all.
it, we're not doing this.
Claude is next.
Claude.
Monster Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all.
No,
right.
fuck you. Get a me skin,
Damn.
just like last time.
Fucking.
Now,
King K. Rool
in the
fan,
defense of this,
motherfucker.
there are characters who have me skins but are also in the game, so
Yeah,
that's
King
still
K-
fine.
King K.
Are
Rool.
there?
Yeah, King K. Rool.
Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah. The squid,
Uh,
the Inklings, they have it.
Yeah. You're right.
I'd say Wonder Red.
That's a good choice.
Well, that's pretty good. That's good. That's good.
Someone, I never played this game, but it'd be cool to see them. Somebody from Jet Set Radio.
Well,
I guess.
I don't think I know a
Sure.
character name from that series.
I played Jet Set Radio Future once. I liked it, but I don't remember anything about it.
You just want really? I just want just a radio like stage in it, so it has the music from the series. That's literally all that I give a shit about. Because the stage is what matters. The stage aesthetic is what matters, and then the music is like the most important thing in the series.
Alright, for mine, I know it. I'm not gonna say it has no chance of happening, but I still would like to see it. Someone from Octopath, and in this case, I guess Primrose. Primrose or
Primrose.
Obrig.
Primrose sucks
Primrose
her
is the
way
best
into the
character
battle.
in it.
Yeah, Primrose. Mm,
She's the best
poor-
character in
poor
the game.
girl.
She
Poor
is
girl.
Primrose or fucking Obrig. Actually, no, Primrose or the Thief. One of the two. But yeah,
Who next?
James, I think. Because I think I
no,
think
James
George
went.
skipped it.
I went. No, James
Oh,
went.
James, did he go twice?
It's Claude. It's Claude.
Okay.
Okay. So you know, not even solely for the meme, but because I would want to see it because it'd be goofy. But put Goku in there.
That's good. I would
Why
love
not?
that.
Why Goku and why not like a I don't know, another character that's from Dragon Ball.
Who?
Who else is
If
Goku?
they're
Krillin?
Yeah.
Like
put
who would
Krillin.
they pick over
No.
Goku?
Well, I mean like Goku,
Piccolo.
yeah,
Jiren.
I say like Vegeta. You might get Vegeta instead.
Right? No, but I like Vegeta more than Goku.
Yeah.
But like, let's be honest. If they're picking one person from Dragon Ball, they're picking Goku.
George, they can't put Jiren in there because Jiren would be able to defeat the enemy from World of Light in 2 seconds. He's stronger than time.
He is.
That's true.
That's true.
He's
Jiren leaves
Alright.
Jiren to me.
Damn. Okay. I put Heihachi in.
That's good. That's good.
Bandai is
Oh.
even helping them to develop the game, so it's not like, you know.
for the meme, Waluigi.
All right. I want to say.
Alright.
I want to. But
You're
Oh,
roboting the fuck out.
Oh,
no.
actually, with you saying Waluigi while he's fixing his
Wait.
whatever is happening with him, that joke we were talking about yesterday, where we were like, so there's something in Mario Odyssey, right, where they added Waluigi's clothes, and you can go up to Luigi in that game wearing Waluigi's clothes. He's like, Those clothes look kind of familiar. Oh well, whatever. Looks good on you, bro. And then like I was talking about it, I was like, Nintendo, like they hate Waluigi. Like Waluigi is the Chris Benoit of Nintendo because they at any time they can, they forget he exists.
One would say the Chris Benoit.
So yeah, I would choose. I want another fighting game
I
character.
actually felt that, Skylar.
Also, real quick, I'm sorry, George, to interrupt you one more time. Claude, you said you wouldn't say that on the podcast. I got you, bitch. Got you.
What?
Claude
What
made that joke.
Claude
Made that joke yesterday and said he probably wouldn't come up with it. Probably wouldn't bring it back up on the podcast because, like,
right. And then you said you would say it, and I said no, you won't. And then you're like, we'll see. So regardless, my point remains. Congratulations on blowing yourself up.
Dante is my answer.
Dante is the right answer. You said it, therefore I'm right.
Your point was that you were going to say it when I said I probably wouldn't. I
I
was
don't
like,
even
no,
know
you
what
won't,
you're
James.
talking
But you said you probably wouldn't.
It's
but you
stupid.
did.
Shut up. Continue.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. You know, I actually think it's your turn, Claude.
Well, George said Dante, but Dante was actually my next answer.
So the logical answer is Virgil.
I'm gonna go with Ray01 from Customer Robo.
That would be all right.
That's good. That's good.
I loved that game.
It's pretty sick. I will go with Shovel Knight.
That's also good.
Yeah. Well, so can we pick ones if they're already existing as assist trophies?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'll say so.
They can't both exist.
Yeah, they can. Fuck it.
No, they can't, James. It's not how it works.
Uh,
Getting confirmed in the assist trophy is basically confirmed to get fucked because you're never gonna be in the game
It's fine.
unless you're Little
Sure.
Mac and you can escape that shit.
It's fine. Shovel Knight can be in there.
No, he won't.
Yeah, he can. Ape Escape.
I hate you.
I love you.
Christ.
You miss me with that gay shit.
He won't.
I never
You know what? I would say it's a fighting game series. I don't know. Fucking Sub-Zero. Fuck Scorpion.
Has he even? Yes, he has. He was on N64. You're right.
Yep.
That'd be weird.
Can I just about how much of a bitch Ed Boon is? I hate Scorpion. Oh, shit. Get off that man's dick, Ed Boon. As if he's actually listening to this, but hot takes.
Get off whose dick?
Because Ed Boon's favorite character is Scorpion, and like in every fight, Scorpion and Sub-Zero and fucking Scorpion wins. It's like,
okay.
Wow, didn't see that coming. 30 years of this shit.
In other news, George remains salty that his character doesn't win.
I mean, Sub-Zero's not even my favorite character, so.
I didn't say he was your favorite. You just.
Then who is your favorite Mortal Kombat character?
Favorite Mortal Kombat?
The player character from Annihilation.
Jax is pretty good.
I literally was gonna
Meat.
Meat is a good choice.
I literally was gonna meme that you were gonna pick Jax, and then you did anyway. So the meme was real.
Oh, thanks, Skylar.
What's your
But
favorite
yeah,
color?
it's between
Yellow?
Jax and fucking fucking Scorpion's illegitimate child, or not?
Which
it's
one
not
was that? I forget
Reigns.
which one was that.
Takeda.
Oh,
Takeda's
that's
pretty
right, Takeda. That's right.
Yeah, I like Takeda.
Fucking-
Actually, Jotaro. I'll go with Jotaro.
All right, we memes
All
now.
right, sure.
Wait, has he
That's
been-
real. He was in Jump Superstars.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
He was in Jump Superstars. Damn. All right.
Okay.
So I'll go Tetra from Wind Waker.
Doom Guy. I need it to be Doom Guy.
Why Doom Guy?
Because somebody needs to represent Stewie.
Is
God damn
Zelda a
He
girl?
has fucking Belmont.
Says Google.
Is Zelda a girl?
I've been googling the people I wanted, so I don't forget them when it comes to my turn, and that's one of the people also ask.
Is Zelda a girl?
Jesus Christ, internet.
Oh,
But there's like those ones where it's like, what if Zelda was a girl and their Link, like a female Link? I'm like, oh.
God. So what was your last answer, George?
I fucking forgot. Shit.
God damn.
No, because Claude just went.
No.
Yeah, he said fucking Jotaro.
Yeah, and I said Doom Guy. Because Skylar said...
no, that was the last one.
I said Tetra, yeah.
Okay.
So it is your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, my last one. All right. Fuck it. Knock this. Why not?
Ugh.
Okay.
All right.
Travis touchdown.
Yeah, that's like the.
God
that's
damn
like
it, that's a good
that's like the
answer.
one that I want.
Wait, but that's 6. Okay. Now I have to come up with
because
another
that's
person.
why I thought we were done.
6.
No, that's 5.
That's 5.
That's 5.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right. Go. Yeah.
Well, Claude's still mine, so I'll just say Knack 2, baby.
Oh no.
We're trying to have a serious podcast. Skylar, could you not fucking meme?
Put the Fortnite guy in there. Put Fortnite in.
No, just put the Fortnite. No, yeah, Fortnite guy, but he just dances.
Oh no.
Those are his moves.
I thought you were gonna say the Fortnite bus. That's actually not as bad as the thing I thought you were gonna say.
What'd you think I was gonna say?
The Fortnite bus.
Bust.
Put in Carl from Minecraft.
Put in the creeper. Yeah. Put in the creeper from Minecraft.
Put in Sans.
Sans Undertale.
Yeah.
Christ.
Okay. Are we done with that topic? We're gonna go to the big discuss.
Yes.
Oh no. There's learning with James.
There's learning with James.
What did we learn today?
Well, yeah.
George, have you played / do you care about Nier?
I have not played. I don't care, but I'll check it out one day in the future.
Okay, I'll avoid that for now then. James, tell us about Studio Trigger.
They made wow, this is gonna be short as fuck. This is well, Skylar, you don't have to worry because this is gonna be short as fuck because I know zero about Studio Trigger. They made Kill la Kill. They made Little Witch Academia. They made Space Cop Lulico Space Patrol Lulico, Inferno Cop. They have that new film coming out called Promare. They made Gynax I think was still Gurren Lagann, wasn't it? No, Trigger. Yep, Gurren Lagann, and that's all I know.
Okay, so you were wrong immediately.
Yeah, you can just get him on that. I'll look for
What?
a different topic. That was so short.
Gynax did make Gurren Lagann.
Oh, okay.
Still Gynax. The things you also said are not incorrect, I guess. Yeah, it's, pretty bare bones. There was literally, I think that was the only thing you could have been wrong, that you were immediately wrong.
Yeah.
Immediately it was the last thing I said.
You forgot that they also produced Inferno Cop and Ninja Slayer. How could you?
I don't know what Ninja
And
Slayer
you didn't
is,
say
and I already said
Darling in the Franxx.
I forgot about Darling in the Franxx existing.
What about Gridman though?
Yeah.
I forgot that they did that.
You see so much of Eureka's thighs. How did you forget?
Because why would I equate ecchi with an anime? I don't give a fuck about
With
Gridman.
Trigger? Boy, I wonder why.
I don't give a fuck about
The
Gridman.
only one they do that's not ecchi to some degree is like Little Witch Academia, and even then there's like Moe all over there.
Skylar, I did say Inferno Cop. 2.
No, Luluco's mom.
Luluco's mom is less wholesome, but Luluco
Titties everywhere. Yeah, Luluco. I mean, herself, but like there's still, and there's never mind.
Anyway, yeah, like I don't know shit about Trigger. Do you want to ask a different question?
Yeah, teach us about Naruto.
Hey, can I do one? Actually, hold up. Can I do one, or do y'all just want to do the Naruto one?
Well, what's yours? And we'll
what
pick.
you got?
Tell us about Chris Benoit.
That's not gonna work. I don't know anything other than the meme.
Oh, okay, good.
Chris Waugh killed his family and
Chris
killed
Waugh.
himself.
Chris
Rock?
Chris
Rock.
Rock. Are you still stuck on Chris Benoit's Waluigi?
Chris.
Chris Waugh.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, did you say Chris Rock? I thought you said Chris Benoit.
I did say Chris Benoit.
You
It's
said
not like
Chris
said
Waugh for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chris Benoit killed his wife and kids and then killed himself.
No, Chris
in
Waugh. You got it right. Well, Chris Benoit is just Waluigi.
That was why he.
Or
That
is
was one of the-
Waluigi just Chris Benoit? We'll never know.
It was why he was so sad in the.
He's just a reflection of a man. Of a
Stands over his
shadow.
family, just sadly. Wah. All right, teach us about Naruto, James.
Naruto is an anime / manga / disappointment. Stars the main character Naruto, who has the nine-tailed fox sealed inside him, which I believe is called a Jinchurichi, or something of that nature. Essentially gives him a near bottomless amount of chakra that he is able to use to just brute force himself to learn a couple of techniques. The first one he learns is Shadow Clone Jutsu, despite the fact that he doesn't know how to make a regular clone. His goal is to be the Hokage. He's got a rival named Sasuke, who's like an edgelord. His whole clan was killed by Itachi, or either I think like that's how it's introduced. But I think it turns out later that Itachi was like he was either framed or he was forced to do it. I think he was forced to do it because otherwise some other shady shit going on was going to happen. So there's also Sakura, who we have confirmed is worst girl, because I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a funny a series of frames from the show that came out where Sakura talks about how like terrible of a person Naruto is because he's an orphan, and it's like, man, it must suck to not have any parents. No wonder he's like the way he is. What a piece of shit, essentially. So that's just
and then Sasuke is sitting right there.
Yeah, Sasuke is right
Sasuke
there.
wasn't also an orphan.
Yeah. They're trained by Kakashi, who is trained by Jiraiya, who also trained. Oh no, who was trained by Kakashi was trained by the fourth Hokage, who is Naruto's dad. Fourth Hokage was then trained by Jiraiya, who was trained by the third Hokage, who was also the current Hokage at the start of the anime, because Naruto's dad died because he sacrificed himself to seal the nine-tailed fox inside of Naruto. Jiraiya also trained with Tsunade, who becomes the fifth Hokage.
And
And
I'm
also
gonna
trains...
take a pause for a second, just because of how long this will be. We're gonna just do Naruto. We're not gonna do Shippuden. We'll save that for later.
Yeah.
Thank Christ.
Sasuke has the Sharingan, which allows him to copy any technique. But to get like really high level Mangekyo Sharingan, you gotta kill somebody that's close to you. Sasuke ends up getting influenced to be evil by Orochimaru during the Chunin exams. Because he feels like he's not strong enough because he knows he's not strong enough to kill Itachi, his brother, to avenge his clan. So he joins Orochimaru so he can be stronger. He gets a curse mark, which does some weird magic bullshit to him. He and Naruto fight Naruto, or what? Naruto sand ninjas. That was a funny image. They fight at the end of that season, right before the arc, the filler arc that fills in time before Shippuden came out, where you have the really cool Rasengan Chidori clash, and in between all of that is a mix of filler characters that don't get nearly enough screen time that they need or deserve to be decent characters, 10-10, and Best Girl Tamari, and Rock Lee. Again, but I already said characters that didn't get enough screen time or writing or moments to really get the time they deserve. Rock Lee is the best character of that show and should have been the main character, and actually embodies the thing that the show tells you about, is being like, hard work over natural talent. But then the show tells you that you actually need both or just natural talent, and Rock Lee just gets fucked. And that's Naruto. Don't watch it. Watch Hunter x Hunter instead, or My Hero Academia, or both. Just watch both.
Now you're enlightened.
They're both better Green Naruto.
Well, the funniest part is one of them is long before. One of them's before Naruto. Naruto rips off of one of them a lot.
You're right.
I'm glad. See, you see that, guys? James
Wait,
is seeing the light. And
you know
now
how-
when I'm done with Info Gear, it's kind of to see the light.
You know how Naruto is Boruto's dad? Gon is Naruto's dad.
Pretty much. All right, so who wants to start?
You can.
Itachi was not forced to kill the fucking clan. He had to because they were gonna fucking do world domination and fuck.
Yeah, they were gonna usurp the village and take over.
So he was forced because
no, he wasn't. It was his own choice to do it.
Yeah,
but I mean, is the threat of world domination?
It's not world. It was the village. They were gonna have a coup d'état.
Is a coup d'état not kind of?
He wasn't forced to kill his fucking girlfriend to prevent a coup d'état.
He had a girlfriend?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, there was a lot of it was mainly the higher ups, like in the family, and he didn't have to kill literally everyone except his brother.
The women and the children too.
Yeah, that 5-year-old was plotting to take over the village.
See, because I thought what it was that what's that guy's name who wears all the bandages and gets his eye covered? It was like a temporary Hokage for a little bit. He was an asshole. Danzo. I thought the whole thing was that Danzo was like plotting against people and like trying to set shit up.
He was, but that was other. You know, that was why Itachi showed back up in the first season. Not really specifically to get Naruto, but to G-check him. Like, nigga, I'm still here. Don't think you can make me because the third Hokage did.
And fucking James, you mispronounced lover with rival. That's what you meant to call Sasuke.
You're right.
Yeah.
That was his first kiss and his second kiss.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
And probably his last kiss.
Hinata got
Naruto doesn't kiss Hinata on the mouth. What are you retarded?
He doesn't even come home.
Sasuke doesn't come home.
Man, imagine spending your entire life trying to become Hokage and your dumbass kid keeps begging you to quit your job to hang out with him.
It's like, nigga, I went to war for this shit. Leave me alone.
I leave you the Shadow Clones. What's the problem?
Literally a Dr. Manhattan problem.
I taught you the Rasengan. Get off my dick.
Do you have anything else, George? If not, I'll do my two.
Where were you when George was dead?
I think George died. I think that's it.
What?
Okay. Well, I asked you if you had any more before I did my two, and then it was just silence.
No, yeah, you did. You do you.
The first one's just a minor thing. It's pronounced Jinchuriki. I didn't know how you pronounced it at first, but I was like, that's slightly off.
He was really close to that.
I've never.
Close,
I'll be honest. I've never actually heard it pronounced. I've only ever read it. But okay.
But if you saw it typed out, you would know how. No, there were. There.
It's
sorry, it's CH not an SH. You said you said like with an SH sound.
Jinshu.
And there's a CH sound there.
Okay, it's Jinchuriki.
Yeah.
I said the only other thing is that Sasuke got that curse mark long before he joined Orochimaru. He got it in the middle of the Chunin exam.
He got it in the Chunin exam. And it comes. Yeah, Orochimaru just bit him, but like.
Yeah, because you said that you said that he joined Orochimaru, then he got the curse mark, then they fought at the waterfall. But the curse mark was pretty early in the series.
I'll be honest, I was kind of just babbling because I didn't want to talk about Naruto all that
Naruto
long.
Actually, kind of short. Like Naruto original is kind of short, and it's not even that bad. Shippuden is where
it's pretty bad. It's kind of bad.
Naruto at first, it has problems. I will not say it doesn't. Yeah. But Naruto is way better than Naruto Shippuden. Naruto Shippuden
has one of the best openings of all time.
In an aspect of like, when they wanted to put budget into it, the Studio Pierrot fucking special, like.
Studio Pierrot's whack.
It's like when they want something to look good, it'll look phenomenal. But when they only care slightly, oh boy. Did you have anything on that, Skylar?
Nah, I mean, yeah. My Naruto knowledge is pretty like I remember from what I watched it as a child. and that's pretty much what James said, and some cartoons that I had. But yeah, I don't really have much more detailed shit to say.
That's fine. Like honestly, I don't even know how the Shippuden one's gonna go because I watched it up until the war started, and apparently that's when like
I
stuff
haven't
came to a
even
head.
I haven't even watched Shippuden, so that's gonna be fun.
I've seen
It starts good.
like bullshit like explanations of what happens in Shippuden just so I didn't have to watch it because I just wanted to know what happened, but I didn't want to watch it.
The first arc in Shippuden is interesting, but literally, if someone was like, "I want to see something for Shippuden," literally just watch the Akatsuki fights. That's all you need.
I've seen the arc where like the beginning where like Gaara quote unquote dies and then comes back to life immediately.
I mean, he did die. It's just this old lady gave up her soul.
But then the old lady gave up her soul. Yeah, so I saw
like
that
you
whole
were already gonna die in a couple weeks, old lady.
Yeah, so I saw the whole fight with like Sakura and what's her name fucking face against the puppet
Chio.
man. Yeah.
Against Sasori. Yeah.
Sasori, yeah. I saw all that shit. That's where I dropped off.
Someone was talking about like how she was relevant. It was like, no, she was just a puppet. Don't you dare tell me that she would have been able to do anything in that fight if it wasn't for Chio. She would have died instantly.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's
Naruto's bad.
Naruto's not good.
So with that, let's move on.
Controversial statements.
Comments. If you like Naruto, email us at getfucked.com. That's it. That's all. Don't even look into it.
Yeah, but Naruto has good parts though.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Naruto can be good.
Ooh,
And-
you gonna fight for Naruto?
I mean, I wouldn't say fight. I'm just saying that it does have good parts that were. Really
Yeah, no,
good.
I'm not gonna say it doesn't have good parts, but
does
just
have good parts.
in the grand scheme of things, there's shonen that do the job way better. Like once again, Hunter x Hunter, which only one of you guys so far has been able to check out.
But
you'll see.
now I'm gonna do it.
You are gonna do it, and I'm proud. We need to finish Symphogear. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do the other day, but we're
really close to finishing that, by the way.
Yeah, we got 3 episodes left of GX, and then we have what the fuck is the next one? AYZ? What's the
AXZ?
Jesus fuck.
Because fucking Japan.
Before you move on to the next part of Symphogear, we got to move on to our big discuss for this week. This week we got pieces of media we can't believe exist.
Nier Automata.
Yeah, that's what.
Wait, is that good or bad?
It's
no,
good.
in like a good set. Like it's like
I can't believe that fucking obscure Square Enix JRPG that came out on Xbox 360 in Japan got a sequel fucking 5 years later.
Yeah, it's like, all right, well, it starts off with the Drakengard off the joke ending, and then it gets its own game Nier, which I don't think did that well financially.
It did okay in Japan.
Yeah, and then it gets a high-profile AAA release 5 years later. I was like, wait, what?
High-profile, medium-budget Platinum Games release a sequel from the same director with no fucking involvement from meddling.
Like literally a game for Liam. Like who else?
Nier game for me. Because I played Nier before it was announced, so I was so hyped when it got fulfilled. Yeah, that's a good one. I'd say, okay, mine is kind of long, the explanation, so if you guys want to get your going first, and then I can do mine, or do you guys care?
George should get his on just in case that he has to leave early.
Okay, yeah.
For me, I don't know. Fuck. Oh, you know what? Sure. Godzilla 2014. Couldn't believe America gave it another try, and it was good. They did a decent
job, yeah.
Yeah. What about the next one's probably gonna be great?
What about,
that's actually much better.
Because that one's like, yeah.
It was like a fucking elevator pitch, man. It was like out of. It was a huge
literal elevator pitch, like literal.
Whoa! Claude enters the fucking echo chamber.
Jesus Christ!
Set foot into a
Claude
cave
over here in the goddamn hyperbolic time chamber and
into
shit.
His fucking dungeon.
Yeah, I walked into another room to grab something, and I muted. I didn't know it'd be that bad.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts, that's a good one because like. Everything just came into place Like Square Enix was looking to make a big game. Disney was looking to also make a big game with like recognizable characters. Well, no, Disney was looking to make a big game, and Square was looking for something to rival Mario 64, and fucking Kingdom Hearts got made. And it's just a goddamn mixture of things that shouldn't work, but they do.
Yeah, man. Kingdom Hearts is like my entire life. Like, how and why does this exist? I can't believe it. It's
Cloud and Arin from the Final Fantasy series both have interactions with Hades. Like, what?
Yeah, dude. Like, whenever I see a character and it has Japanese vocals, I'm like, this is insane. How did this come to be? Why is Buzz Lightyear talking to this anime boy in Japanese? It's crazy. I'm also blown away at how like Japanese Hades sounds like what's his face who plays Hades in English. They're speaking Japanese. I forget the actor's name, but they do. Like, it's so weird how they nailed it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a little uncomfortable.
That's what makes him. That's Hades is the only thing that saved Hercules, the movie. Let's be honest.
Hades and Megara were both good. Like Megara is super. Megara is like super atypical for a Disney princess because she was like a fucking adult and was like, I don't know, she had like very not kids movie problems with her thing. She was alright, but I do agree with you that Hades is like a big part of that, about how that movie is good. Anyway, James, do you have a thing?
Oh man, y'all's is way different than mine.
Sorry, it is James Wood who plays Hades.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, y'all picked really different things than what I picked, because mine is fucking like the pseudo underground fucking flat earther society on YouTube.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
I feel like that's more unbelievable to us because we always like, everyone can compartmentalize flat earth as being memes because it's like, you know, there's just idiots on the internet. But because we actually know somebody who bought into it before they did that, and we now know somebody who fell for the meme, it makes it so much more real for us.
Yeah.
I got another one. I just thought I wanted to keep going though. Sorry.
It's just weird, like people that have this like vast access to data via the internet and other
but
people.
All lies.
No, it can't be trusted.
Yeah, and then like all the learning, like they just deny every single aspect of information.
Yeah, yes, the Earth is
available
flat. The school shootings are false flag operations, and all the politics are lizard people. Yes.
Yep. Also, the world is only a small pocket on a giant frozen sphere, and there are many other small pockets that include worlds just as large as ours.
It hurts. It hurts to think about.
Have you seen the one where it's like
No, what are you
trees are
talking
fake?
about? Don't be sheep.
Have you seen the one about how trees aren't real? There are no forests on flat Earth.
Is that like how there's no redwoods in California?
Yeah, pretty much. That one is crazy. Cause that guy is like talking about how trees aren't real, and I'm looking out my window right now.
It's
No,
not
your
that
eyes are
window.
lying.
Your eyes are lying because your window is actually a fucking 3D projected hallucination, dude.
Yeah, man, I have
Remember
glasses, which
B.O.B.?
means nothing.
I remember B.O.B.
Oof.
B.O.B.
It's a rapper. He had like that song.
It's fine. I know who you're talking about.
Youth of the Nation. That song.
What's wrong with B.O.B.?
He's a flat earther.
Oh no! Oh
yeah, man.
no!
You always what you expect.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, flat Earth is definitely those things that if you don't ever meet one in real, like even if you like, man, that guy's crazy. But like, we knew a girl that I went to high school that was like, she graduated early, would have been our valedictorian if she didn't graduate, kind of thing. Went to USF with like a full scholarship.
Fucking valedictorians are stupid concept. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I mean, sure. That's fine. But yeah, she was like, hella smart, and I was friends with her. And then I learned years later, I lose contact with her when she was in college, that she's now a flat earther at this time in our life. And I was like, damn, that's.
And apparently has been.
We just didn't know.
Yeah.
That's because she's woke, y'all. Can't we talk about how stupid valedictorians are? Because like maybe it was me because like we're just gonna choose this one person who's super good at everything to make a speech to all these other plebeians who will probably go nowhere in life.
Damn.
It's just like what?
Jesus Christ.
What is this?
I'm sorry, George. I didn't mean to hurt you like this.
No, it's just like it's that, and like our school valedictorian was literally like a dude. His whole speech was like, "Oh man, I started out high school, I was a bitch, but now I can talk to girls finally." It's like, oh,
wow, that's awful.
It was super sad.
Was fine. He was fine. He was kind of like the guy that you kind of would like expect me to be the valedictorian, and not like he was not in he looked super nerdy or anything, but he was just kind of like the kind of dude who's quiet and is just kind of like a sarcastic dickhead. Like that was our valedictorian. And so his speech was like kind of entertaining just because he was like, I feel like he was gonna fall asleep during it. Yeah. He was whatever. He was alright. I like as a person. He also was the person that always would care. He had to stop drinking coffee. He drank too much coffee, so his heart was gonna explode.
Damn.
So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Bringing this back to Bible. Guess everyone else went, so I'll do mine.
Yeah.
Alright, so mine is, I've talked about it on the podcast before, but it is the show Mamoru Penguin Drum by Ikuhara. Obviously, I talked about Sadazanmai earlier in the podcast, same director. And this has to do with the fact, okay, so I think I mentioned before that the show is about the Tokyo 1995 sarin gas attacks, like real ass terrorist attack that happened in the 90s in Japan. And the thing about this particular terrorist attack is that it's a huge deal in Japan in general because of specifically because people who perpetrated the attack were from Japan, they were Japanese, and when they investigated the cult they were part of, found that members of the cult were generally normal people. They didn't have like crazy political views, at least that crazy, and they weren't living crazy lives. They were just salarymen or had jobs, but were just like the only defining characteristic like that permeated through the whole like cult was that they all felt alienated in some way by Japanese society. So the big thing about that particular event was that it fucked up Japan for a bit because they couldn't compartmentalize the problem. This attack happened because of Japanese society, and that was how it was. Their fault, basically, was how it was interpreted. That these people were made to be like they were. And so Penguin Drum is a show that is basically like taking these terrorists and, while not absolving them of the bad things they did, trying to make it you empathize with how they arrived at their decision to do the thing. And that's not a thing you could get made in places. Because it's if you look at his production output, he made a decent movie in 1999, and then he wanted to do this show in like since that was made, and it wasn't produced until 2011. And that's how long it took him to get it greenlit. Was 12 years. Yeah. And so that show is like the way that it handles it, fine line of making sure that you don't like sympathize with terrorists, but it's very much like I feel like it does a decent job because it's like the event is never absolved, since every single character in the show they're like have these horrible traumas and things that are all rooted in the event itself. Like everyone is negatively affected by it, and the show is about basically how like the youth of now has to carry the burden of like the guilt of the previous generation, basically. But it's also like trying to like be like, okay, the main characters of the show, their parents, those people that did the event, did the attack. So it was like, well, to me they were just my parents, kind of thing. and they had this and that were the reason why they did it. And it's very much like, woof. That's like not a that's not a thing you could get made in America. We never make a movie about it. And be like, I'm trying to understand why they arrived at that conclusion.
Yeah, we're never gonna get our good 9/11 film. Rip.
Yeah.
Because
Anyway,
America's full of cowards.
Damn.
yeah. So that one's mine.
All right. I guess it's back to me. One Punch Man.
Really? Why?
All right. So, do you know how like it originally started?
Well, yeah, it was the web. Okay, yeah, sure. The webcomic, yeah, I get it. That makes
Yeah, where it like at first it was like, all right, I got some new stuff and like I made some stuff and people were like, can you make more? And he was like, yeah, sure. And
Wait, before you get into it, I gotta go, guys.
all right, man.
See you, George.
See you, George.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, because he first just like did some stuff. And he's like, hey, this is kind of cool because he wanted to make something like superhero related. And he just posted a free webcomic because he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And it looked awful,
Looked
but
like
it was
garbage.
interesting to read. And they were like, hey, eventually people took enough notice. It was like, can we do a thing with this? I think it was Murata was the one who like approached him, right? Or
Yeah,
how did that happen?
I believe Murata did it to do the manga version.
Yeah, and then that's when it like exploded, and people were like, "Hey, whoa, what's going on here? I'm interested in this." And then it just became the phenomenon it was. But it started as just a free webcomic he did because he was like, "Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I like doing this."
Yeah, man. That's a pretty good one. I guess another one for me that's not nearly as complex is specifically the 8 episodes that make up the middle of Haruhi Suzumiya season 2.
Yeah.
Which is referred to by fans as the Endless 8, which is basically there's a bit in the light novels where the characters are stuck in a time loop, and in the light novel this is like a paragraph. Basically, they explain that it's like, oh, you're in a time loop, whatever, you've been in the loop about like a bunch of times, whatever, and then they get out of it, and it's like very brief. But they decided to make that into 8 episodes of the show, and so it's literally the same episode plot. The same thing happens in every episode, except there's new animation, it's storyboarded, or there's new perspective. Like one of them is like a fucking camera is in the corner of the room, like it's like a security cam footage thing, and they just like did that for 8 weeks in a row. And people were fucking pissed. Like, can you imagine watching a show weekly and it has they air legitimately the same episode plot 8 weeks in a row with no changes, except for, like aesthetic changes.
Yeah. Oof.
Can't believe that shit got allowed to be made.
That's fucking lit.
I actually love it. It's fucking godlike. I can't believe like the fucking balls on KyoAni. Goddamn.
Media that I can't believe exists. I honestly can't believe Berserk 2016, 2017 exists.
That makes sense to exist. Its level of quality is baffling, but making
No, but I can't believe something. I can't believe something of that quality exists for Berserk.
Yeah, something of that bad was put on television. Yeah, I can't believe that. Honestly.
Oh man, there's worse stuff on television than that. But I do understand your point, though.
Even most recently, the fact that the World of Light trailer exists in the way it does. I can't believe Sakurai was allowed to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. That again, I said I can't believe they let him kill everybody.
Yeah, that's fucked. The idea that somebody at Nintendo was like, why don't we just kill all the characters except for Kirby?
Yeah, man.
Because like you can make the argument that they're not technically dead because they're spirits, but they're fucking dead.
Only Kirby survives.
Only Kirby survives.
I don't know about you guys. I only have 2 more. I'm not sure if you guys had like a list.
I did not have a list. I thought we were stopping at the 1, to be honest. I didn't know how.
Oh no, it's just in general like pieces of media. That's why it's worded like that versus like the one piece of media that we didn't think is. I don't know. What about you, Skylar? Did you have anything else? Because my two were
No,
short.
those are two that I got.
All right. My other two is one, Little Witch Academia.
Kickstarter project, which is crazy.
Well, no, it's the second movie, The Enchanted Parade, was the Kickstarter project. The first one's from like the young Japanese animated project. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's one of the only anime that like broke out.
It was Yo-Yo Shinari wanted to do a thing with his like protege staff, basically.
Because there was a lot of stuff that came out like during that, but there was very few things that blew up from it, and that was one of them. It was like, hey, yeah, we also want to. Can we kickstart this? Yeah. All right, let's kickstart it. And then they made a movie, and then by movie I mean a short film, like a half hour, and then after that it's just got a show, and like I love that show, so it works for me. And then finally, it's not even a specifically a piece of media, but a person, but Super Eye Patch Wolf.
Oh yeah,
and his
the
origins.
Circumstances of that are hilarious to me.
Like literally like if he didn't listen to their podcast, if Wooly didn't have that bad experience with the older Hunter x Hunter, like just the perfect storm of stuff combining. You guys even mentioned before, with Kingdom Hearts, just like if it wasn't for just a very certain amounts of circumstances, him knowing how to do certain things, and him holding on to that salt for a year, he would never have become Super Eye Patch Wolf.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Created by spite. It's pretty good.
Like, how many actually? I think they made a joke about it. Let me actually see how many subscribers he has, because I believe like the joke they made once was like, "Oh yeah, joining the list of YouTubers who got popular through us and overtook us." Because there's also Tirzu.
He's at 550, I believe.
Yeah. I think he just.
527K.
Yeah. So yeah, because he just recently had his thing.
500K special.
Yeah, but
okay,
it was
never
also,
mind. The best friends are beating him.
Yeah, they have like.
They're at 747K.
Yeah, see, I know.
So yeah, okay.
But he's close. That's the point.
He's gonna do it. He has way. He's on. I'm like fairly.
Like his type of thing is more marketable than like Let's Plays. So,
Yeah.
He will overtake them.
Absolutely. I really wish the best friends would just get like a Patreon or something.
Yeah, but I think they're worried about like
rewards and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like just have one of your friends that has a Patreon help set that up.
Tirzu's got 1 million subscribers with 36 videos.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Oof, man. God, yeah.
It's Max. Max is the other one. I looked it up. Max is the other one who like they were talking about when he was like still smaller, and then Max just exploded.
I thought Max blew up adjacent to them. Like I thought they were.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was too. Like they just knew.
Because I remember them talking about him, and then like that's when I noticed like his subscriber count. Like not that he was doing shabby at all, because he wasn't. But that's when I noticed like, oh wait, he has way more subscribers now. What just happened?
Yeah, because I always interpreted it like I never really watched Max's content, but I've always interpreted that as they just happen to be people making the similar content. And he just happened to be doing better than him because he has more marketable content, other than just Let's Plays and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing I can think of that I can't believe exists is the end of this podcast. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today on the Weekly Dadcast, 20th episode since of season 1. So, hopefully we'll have a bunch more episodes. I'm really excited. Remember, you can always hit us up at official Dadcast on Twitter. You can also hit me up on Twitter at James Dadcast, if I'm remembering that correctly. Should probably know my own Twitter account. And you can also email us at officialdadcast@gmail.com. And make sure you download it. You can also download us on iTunes, which will be in the description of this podcast, which you can find on weeklydadcast.podbean.com. How was that for a segue?
Eh.
Oh.